Hey, we are
Yo,
live.
dog, they caught your boy slipping on that thumbnail, dog. God
You
damn.
you can thank Ryan Lynch for that one.
Yeah, I knew they was gonna get me eventually. I'm like, Graham, my thumbnails be looking kind of clean, man, a little too clean. They gonna get me eventually. It's all good, man. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Woodward Sports proudly brings to you it's Woodward Sports Tag Team Champions of the World, KG, JB, Seth Green, and Jeremy Bryant. And we are here to bring
You
you another
said government.
episode.
Jeez.
I know, right? They got us crazy on Thursday, bro. That shit was crazy. But this is another enthralling edition of Woodward Ringside. Shout out to all the first times, all the last times, and all the haters, man. We welcome them all. It's funny. I in our comments on our last episode, I saw somebody say, "What am I watching? You watching us, motherfucker? What you think you
Yeah,
watching?"
you watching Woodward Ringside. You watching
Right,
some
dog. Like,
combat talk that me and you have put together, have cooked together. So hey, that's
hey,
what's up.
yeah. Hey, you watching us, big dog, and if you ain't got to, but it's all good, man. We all love over here, bro. We love everybody, but shout out to everybody, man. Make sure you liking this video, subscribing to Woodward Sports, and we are going to have more episodes as they drop, and some bigger things in the works too, man.
Oh
We
yeah,
hoping to pull off. We want to get back in studio now that the dust has settled on some things at the network, and we gonna give y'all the best production that we can. So. But JB, how you feeling, bro?
oh I'm good, man. It's a good It's been a great week. Sad it was the last week of Wake Up Woodward for us, but happy for the new beginnings that's about to take place here, man. So I know we're gonna be ingrained in the new show that's coming up this Monday, but it should be exciting, man. What about you?
Feeling good, man. I'm sad I couldn't be there for the very last episode of Woo, man. It's just it's crazy that it's over, man. Like it's, and I say that like we done at the network. We're not done at the
Yeah, we're
network,
not
but just
done. No.
y'all, the work that went into making Woo happen and shit like that. And I felt like for what we did at the time we came in, we did a damn good job, bro.
Hell yeah.
And we made some memories. I enjoyed those mornings, and of course, me and you the most stable thing at fucking Woodward. So we know you not going nowhere, but
Nah.
everybody else getting
You-
shuffled around. At least
Yeah.
I'm still with you. So but the boys is still together. The tag team champs, they can't break up the tag team champs.
They can't
So
break up the booth, boys.
nah, hell nah, man. Hell nah. But definitely looking forward to the new iteration of programming. They still haven't announced it yet.
They just announced it as we were going off air this morning. So
Oh, about motherfucking time. So I can
yeah,
say it.
yeah. You
Okay,
can
so
say it
yeah.
now. Yeah, they know.
Looking forward to the Sean Belegian show. The new, iteration of the show with Sean. Got a great relationship with Sean, man. He's been nothing but helpful to me ever since I met him. He embraced me. As soon as we met and did some shows together, he's offered me advice. I'm absolutely am happy to be on board with Sean. And of course, I'm happy I'm sticking with you, JB. And Maz, man. I'm so glad
Mad.
Maz is back in the fold, man. My two of my favorite people, bro, at Woodward, bro, I get to work with. So definitely looking forward to what this new iteration is gonna be.
Man, shout out Maz. I'm so happy that they found a
Yes.
spot for him because like I was worried for a second, man.
I can't wait to be busting Maz's balls on a regular morning basis, man. And I know he's looking forward to it too. Shout out Maz. But yeah, man, definitely some good things on the horizon, bro. This is like I said, crazy week, but for the first time, it was like a good crazy. Like probably for the
Mhm.
first time this year, at least for me, it was like a feel good. Okay, I'm all over the place, but I feel good about it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, big facts, man. Big facts. But before we get started, I wanted to just hit us with a simple icebreaker, something to, just get the juices flowing a little bit. Um, what are your biggest pet peeves in wrestling? And you ain't got to list a lot of them, but
Mm.
what are your biggest pet? Because I know you got them. I got like a long list of them, but I ain't gonna get to all of them today.
I was gonna
But
say I got a long list of them that like honestly I could just probably just rattle them off like crazy. But number one, I hate the no sell. I really hate no selling if you're not a no sell type of character. Like if it's Jacob
yes,
Fatu,
yes.
I'm like, all right, okay, I can believe the no sell. But if you're like Ricochet doing a no sell, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Right? Like what did you
Dog, big
do?
facts.
and also too long of intros. Like, bro, I don't have time for this. Like, get your
Yeah,
ass to the ring. This is ridiculous.
nah. I did like the long intros at first, but they getting ridiculous with it now. Like they literally getting ad breaks off in the middle of entrances. Like it's bad now.
We'll be
It
right
is
back
bad.
after this with the main event. Like, what? He ain't even make it down the aisle.
Right. My man still coming down the aisle, bro. Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing here?
No, like
But
I
those are
feel
some
you.
like two of mine. Though. What about you?
Nah, I think Roman maybe is the cause of the long entrance. I mean, Undertaker was kind of like the
Undertaker is
innovator
cool.
of the long entrance,
Like, I
but it
don't have a
made
problem with
sense.
that.
Right. It made sense for his character back then. And he was like the only one that kind of did the long entrance shit back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Roman ruined it for everybody because Roman would take 10 minutes to come out to the ring and do all this shit with the two belts and all that. It was dope, bro. I fuck with Roman, of course, knowledge. And my
It
man's
was
is back.
cool, but like it was cool, but like,
Yeah,
bro, I'm
nah.
gonna need you to hurry this up, man. Like, come on.
Nah, he definitely ruined it, bro. Where do I start, dog? I'm just gonna name off a couple, but what really grinds my gears, especially these days, because I came from the Attitude Era, bro. I hate the fucking back chair shots, bro. I can't stand them. They piss me off. Whenever they get ready to happen, I just get mad because it's
The
just like,
setup for the back chair shots where they all hunched over, like,
dog,
ah.
it's the most just cringe shit, bro. And it was cool. And I listen, y'all. I get it. I understand wrestler safety. I understand why we stopped doing the over the head chair shots. I get it, bro.
Yeah, I
But
get
y'all
it.
should have came up. It's 2025. Y'all should have came up with a safer way to take a chair shot to the head because this just all back chair shot shit. Like people literally, they got to get them in position for the back chair shot to give them the back chair shot. Oh my god, dog! It's so, and that's
It
all they
looks
do is just
so
numerous back
stupid.
chair shots.
It just looks so
Or the
stupid.
or the one that get me is the one where they put the hand in front of the chair and hit him in the stomach.
Yep.
Bro, oh my
Ah.
god, I can't stand that. I cannot stand that shit. Holy shit, bro! If there is something I hate more in this world, it is that. Let's see. What else? A newer one. The logos, the sponsors. Man, I'm so sick
I
of this
told them
shit,
damn
bro.
sponsors. I told you it was gonna get worse.
You was right, bro. No, you was absolutely right. TK, y'all on bullshit, bro. Y'all want to sell ad space on everything. The
Mm-hmm.
fucking chair or the table should not have Slim Jim
Got
logos
fucking
all over
Slim
it, bro.
Jim on it. What the hell?
It's so goddamn, bro. They is cheapening up one of my favorite products, dog. They really are. But yeah, that is a newer one. And bro, I hate when like, all right, so somebody getting beat up, right? In the middle of a promo, and somebody come out to make the save. I hate the little dumb face that they make, and just they'll stop beating the person up to be in awe of the person coming out. Dog, that is the
They will
dumbest.
look down the aisleway and be like, "Oh snap, we gotta stop beating his ass." Wait a minute.
Right when the music hit, and you looking like you ain't never seen them before,
I
like you
know,
just
right?
you just beat them up last week, like. Dog,
Like
I
hearing
cannot.
Jay Uso's music. You over here whooping Jimmy's ass, and you're like, "Oh wait, we gotta wait, y'all."
Right, we gotta wait for him to come down, and then you wait for him to get in the ring, and then you wait for him to hit you. It's just like it's just the dumbest. Dog, I swear, bro.
Oh man.
If I could just change those little things about wrestling, bro, it would be perfect. I swear it would be perfect. Oh my god, bro. It's just I got more, but we ain't gonna get to all of them. But that's
Yeah,
just something to get
like
us going,
we
dog.
could be all day with this. We continue.
That's a whole episode, bro. We might have to make that an episode. Just come here and just lay out our grievances. Big facts. Holy shit, man.
Oh
But
my god.
yeah, we gonna keep it light on house show stuff today because it was just such a big wrestling weekend. We got 3 different events to go over and review. So I just wanted to keep it light, just bring up some stuff that is coming up on the horizon. Hopefully during the week, if we get able to get an episode off, I want to be able to talk more about the Clarissa Shields fight. And
Yeah.
I saw somebody ask me to cover the Serrano fight. So I want to be able to do both of those properly. So hopefully we get those midweek. But definitely wanted to touch on my boy Alexander or Alexander with an O, Usyk defending the heavyweight championship coming up this weekend. I'm definitely looking forward to this bout against him and Daniel Dubois. This is the second time they are going at it. Of course, Usyk got the best of him the first time in 9 rounds. Really good fight, man. And this was kind of like, I don't want to say the coming out party for Usyk, but that's when he really started to put himself on the map as like a dominant heavyweight. And I think that they are going to have a banger. Do I expect it to go the distance? Absolutely not.
Yep.
But it is because you got two heavy hitters, man. Daniel Dubois ain't no scrub either. And I'm gonna get his record pulled up here in a second, but the heavyweight champion of the world, my boy Alexander Usyk, 23-0, looking sparkling, man. He a beast, bro. Absolute beast. And JB, if you get a chance, I would strongly encourage you to tap into this fight this weekend because
Yeah.
it's gonna be a banger, bro. Absolute banger. Two great heavyweights going at it. But and it's in Wembley Stadium. So shout out to
Oh
London.
damn.
But Daniel Dubois coming in at 22-2, and I'm gonna try to pull up his last few fights. I know he's been up and down, man. I know he's been definitely up and down. Let me see if I can pull it up. But either way, like I said, I'm just expecting a good fight this weekend, and I will definitely have a review for that coming up. But if you get a chance to tap in, JB, you absolutely should.
I'm gonna try to tap in. I'll probably have to be watching it on my phone because I'm actually going out of town tomorrow. So I'll probably have to like watch as much as I can on my phone and see everything I can. But damn man, I wish I could be like here for like at B-dubs for some of these fights. It just sucks.
Yeah, no. So his actually Dubois' last loss did come to Alexander Usyk, and that was back in 2023, bro. But he's the winner of his last three fights, and he is getting ready to step into Usyk yet again. So can he get his lick back? We don't know, man. But either way, like I said, it's gonna be a great fight for all those listening. Make sure y'all tap into that fight if you are boxing fans. You will not be disappointed. And wanted to run over to UFC 318 also coming up because this main event card, really looking forward to this. Max Holloway and
Dustin
Dustin
Poirier.
Poirier for the
Yeah.
third time, baby, for the third time, going for the bad motherfucker championship of the world.
Hopefully Lil
Oh
Wayne
man.
is gonna be there because they wanted Lil Wayne to like be the person to like present them with the belt, whoever wins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they poor Wayne, man. I don't. Wayne needs some good publicity after this last album, bro, because that
Oh,
that last album was just not it.
we ain't,
And
we ain't gonna talk about that.
yeah, bro. Not that I'm expecting Wayne to be in prime form at this point in his musical career, but it's just like,
Just
dog, that
better,
one was tough.
something better
That
than what
was
we
tough,
got.
bro. Man, it was a tough listen. But when I heard that elephant little shit he did on there, I had to cut it off, bro.
Mm-mm.
I've never cut off a Wayne album in my life, dog.
Mm-mm.
It I'm telling you, I did. And I hated Carter for it. I couldn't even cut that off. But man, that was bad. But no, that'll be good for Wayne. But yeah, them two facing off for the bad motherfucker championship.
I
That's
can't believe
such a
they
dope
named a
championship
belt
name.
this. Like it's so crazy. Like you
Dog,
actually named a belt this.
when I first, I'm like, the BMF championship is Meech just presenting it. Like, what are we
The
talking?
Blowing Money Fast Championship is Rick
Right,
Ross
it's
supposed to
the
be
the
there?
Big Beach Championship, bro. I'm like, Beach got a fucking UFC title, but no, man, the bad motherfucker championship, being defended, kind of a made up belt, but hey, either
Yeah,
way,
that's what I was gonna ask
either
now next. Like, it seems like it's a made up belt. Like, it's just all right, a clout belt for being the best in your weight class, but it's not like
right,
an
it's a
actual
way.
title.
I guess it's a way to honor people that they feel are like, that just go out there and give gritty performances. I guess you would say.
Mm,
Um, but it's bad motherfucker. The name of the championship kind of speaks for itself. This is who you feel like. All right, he ain't at the top of the rankings, but he a tough son of a bitch. So we just gonna give him a championship because we like him. So it is what it is. But Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier, two fighters that have had a checker pass, man. Dustin Poirier, believe he's sitting at 30-9. Max Holloway sitting at 28-6. and they facing off for the BMF championship. But it's gonna be a dog fight. You know, whenever they done got together, they done always put on a good show. And I don't expect this fight to go to distance. I do not. This
Oh,
should be
really?
over. Yeah, I think somebody getting knocked out in this. It's just you look. You talk about Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier. So I really think somebody is getting knocked out in this type of fight.
I mean, I've watched Max Holloway since the Ultimate Fighter days, and like I've seen a lot of his fights. He's just a tough dude. Like he's hard to just put down, and I think the dude has a lot of heart. So that's who I'm like sort of leaning with on this fight. And but go to distance, like somehow, some way. This will go to 5.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm at it. If it do go 5, you know it's gonna be a war though, and
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's kind
absolutely.
of what you want to see. That's kind of what you want to see. I kind of hate when championship fights don't make it to the championship rounds. Then it's like,
Hmm.
you know, but it's all good. But nah, we will definitely have some reviews for those two fights coming up, man. But two great cards, and like I said, if y'all have the opportunity, tap into both, and we will have a review for you. So, but without further ado, let's just hop into the main event stuff. We got a lot of professional wrestling to cover, man. It was a lot to take in, bro. It took me a minute to get up to date. But I did get up to date, and man, I just hell of a weekend for wrestling, just period, bro. I felt like both companies did have really good shows. One of the WWE shows didn't measure up to the other WWE show, and we'll get into that. But not even close. But yeah, we'll get into that.
Don't let
AEW,
other people hear that. Trust me,
not
they on your heads about it.
Hey, what it is, bro. We love both brands over here, man. We got mad love for both brands, but we got to keep it objective. But nah, AEW put on an absolute banger, and that's the one we gonna hop into first. JB, I know you got the match cards, man, but just what was your overall thoughts without giving away what your rating was?
Overall thoughts was like Saturday was so amazing. Like it was just jam packed from start to finish. The whole afternoon of just sitting there enjoying pure wrestling, just for the love of wrestling. Like I was
Right,
literally
right.
downstairs in my basement the whole entire time, and I'm literally going back and forth. My eyes are going back and forth from one TV to my laptop, trying to watch both at the same time because I had them both going. So it was a lot to really fully digest, and like you'd have to like go back and like really watch one fully all the way to like stay focused on everything. But it was just fun to be a wrestling fan on Saturday, man.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I only was able to catch some of AEW that Saturday because I just had a busy weekend with the family. But after going back and watching it throughout the week, bro, just what a great event. And listen, I know AEW get a lot of criticism for like, oh, it's 7 hours and shit like that. And don't get me wrong, that's a
I
lot.
don't care. I don't care.
Thank you, JB. Thank you. Because yes, like it's the quality. Like if you can keep somebody entertained or glued to something for 7 hours in this day and age, you're doing something correct. Like this, because it's so hard to keep people's attention in this day and age, bro. And 7 hours, I do understand it's a big chunk of time. It absolutely is. But for what AEW does, I love that they go out there and they let the wrestlers have the proper allotted time. Like WWE will have a 2-day fucking program and they still somehow don't have enough time for all of their wrestlers to get proper time to go out there and have a proper match. And that's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like AEW in one night, yes, it's 7 hours, but in one night, they check a lot of boxes in terms of storylines. And they just allow the wrestlers to go out there and tell a story and flesh out the stories throughout the match, bro. And I love that. I absolutely love that about AEW.
Yeah, man, I love it as well too. Like I don't care. I don't care if it's like 7, 8 hours. Like I just don't care. Just sit down and entertain me. And as you said, it checked a lot of boxes, and they got to give a lot of people their shine that normally doesn't get that on a 2 hour show that you have during the week. So this is perfect for me. Like I just want to see everyone do well, and I want to see everyone eat to show off their talents because I know they don't get that same kind of shine on a dynamite or a collision on a normal basis.
No, absolutely, bro. And that is a great point. And without further ado, we can hop into the matches wherever you want to start, JB. We can take it away. But yeah, just a great wrestling, bro. The crowd was a good crowd. There was times where they kind of went a little silent.
Hmm.
One of the moments being, when Adam Cole came out and made his heartfelt promo about having to relinquish the championship.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. And we'll talk more about that once we talk about that match. But that just sucks, bro. Because you don't like, I didn't like him as TNT champion, but you don't wish these type of things, especially to somebody that has been through it so many times. And that just seemed to be the story with Adam Cole, man. And it's unfortunate when a wrestler just has constant injuries, and the injuries always seem to set him back. And this one, what was it? A concussion? I heard.
Yeah, it was a concussion that kept, and I don't know how long he's had it for or what happened, but it literally just popped up the day of, like, I believe as soon as me and you got through recording our show in the morning. So it
Yeah,
just popped up in line of like, oh, he's not able to compete this afternoon. Like, what?
that is nuts, bro. But apparently, it was the type of concussion to where he's not going to be in the ring for some time.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that is unfortunate. And like I said, we'll touch on that more once we talk about that match. But wherever you want to start, JB, we can start.
So AEW All In Texas started at 3 p.m. Eastern time for all of us. The first match that opened up was the Ops versus the Death Riders, which I mean the trios championship match that they had. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good way to kick off the show as well too. Obviously, the Ops ended up getting the win, but Death Riders ended up coming back afterwards, just kind of beating everybody's ass a little bit. Just a little upset because I think they knew what was ahead of them at the end of the night. But it was a match, a good opening match for this card.
No, it absolutely was. And it's the crazy part is I've been saying I want this Death Rider shit to end for quite some time, and it probably should have ended a while ago. But they finally starting to get like interesting. Like it's fucking crazy. Like they wait to the biggest event of the year to finally get interesting, man. But no, this was a good way to open up. The Ops retain, and that's not the biggest surprise in the world, but at the same time, I did maybe want to see a world where the Death Riders get the titles and John Moxley lose his,
Mm-hmm.
because that I felt like could tell a compelling story as to the breakup of the Death Riders. But they let the Ops keep the trios, and I'm cool with that. I do wonder where they're gonna go with them as a
Yeah.
face faction, because eventually, like, you got two people in faction that are arguably world title contenders, and Powerhouse Hobbs and Joe, and especially Samoa Joe, because he's in the tail end of his career. I don't want, I try not to say that he ain't retiring tomorrow, but we all
Yeah.
know like he's older now, so he ain't got just forever left. So I would like to see Samoa Joe featured in more prominent stories. I do love the Ops faction. I love all of those guys together, but I just wonder where they're going to go with the trios titles now, especially the EVPs. They kind of all over the place. They not the EVPs no more. You got the Hurt Syndicate kind of focusing elsewhere. These other potential teams. There's not a lot of like. I at least not to me. There's not a ton of trios in
Yeah.
AEW. Not as many as they had before. Like when they brought the titles before, it made sense because they had enough trios to facilitate it. But now you don't see enough of these trios on regular television to justify the titles.
Yeah, I have no idea where they plan to go with this. I mean, I guess you could keep feuding with the Death Riders, but does that really make any sense? Because as you said, there's not a whole lot of trios out there to compete with them. I guess that's also why you don't see the trios title on the line a whole lot. But it just sucks because there's no like heel trios for them to go up against because they are the baby faces of this trio faction. So I don't know. I guess keep feuding with the Death Riders until something changes, or I don't know where to go with them.
Somebody gonna have to turn. And if I were to choose somebody, I would probably say Hobbs,
Mm,
because it's I wanted like an unpredictable angle. Like Samoa Joe, you kind of expect him to go heel at some point. The fans still gonna love Joe regardless. It don't
oh
matter
yeah,
if he heel or face. But I would turn Powerhouse Hobbs heel and see where that goes. But that's Jado. But going forward, like you said, maybe you continue with the Death Riders. I kind of, I'm not opposed to the slow burn of the demise of them, especially with everything that's happened and the way some of these matches turned out. But you do just wonder, like, okay, after that's done, what's gonna happen with the
Yeah,
ops, bro? But this was a good first match, absolutely.
yeah, definitely a good first match. I think next up was the men's casino gauntlet match, which I mean, our pick definitely came out on top of that one. MJF took it home at the end.
Yeah,
I mean, and also at the same time, I believe this match was going on. WWE's Great American Bash was also going on at the same time, and
shout out NXT.
Ethan Page was facing Ricky Saints in a Falls Count Anywhere match, and
They funny as hell.
they were really funny as hell. And I think why I wrote this down and why it like caught my attention was because I for some reason kept on looking at the NXT match just because it was more interesting. Like they were going all around the arena and whatnot. But for the men's casino gauntlet match, I think I'm coming around to the fact that I don't think I really care for the gauntlet matches as much. Like it just kind of seems like it's too
Mhm.
much put into the match to truly focus on. Like someone sit in the ring, they have their little spot, then they roll out of the ring, and then you don't see them for another like 5 minutes, and it's like, all right, well, what was the point of you even coming out here for this match? And then you just kind of keep going on and on until eventually you get a winner. And we got the winner that was MJF. I'm proud of
Right.
him that he's got this now contract, and also you can see it in Bobby's face from this past Dynamite that he does not fuck with him at all.
I
He was
told you,
not eyeing him this whole entire time they were doing that damn promo on Dynamite. I'm interested to see where
bro.
that's gonna go, but MJF is your men's casino gauntlet winner.
Yeah, bro, you know where it's gonna go, and I'm glad the online community they feel my sentiment. Bobby is gonna knock his fucking head off, like I keep telling
He looks
you,
so upset at him. He's side eyeing the
dog.
fuck out of him this whole time.
Dog, I cannot wait for that moment, bro. Dog, the crowd gonna lose it, bro, when Bobby finally has enough of MJF. And I like that they slow burn too, because I feel like the eventual plan, of course, is to make MJF the AEW champion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, maybe you have Adam Hangman Page hold on to it for the rest of the year. I'm not trying to cut his reign short, even
Yeah,
though I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
care for
No.
him. I'm not trying to cut his reign short because I do want to see what it's going to look like for him this time around. But I think going into 2026, you absolutely want to put the belt on MJF, and then you absolutely want to have that maybe coincide with Lashley having enough of MJF. And dog, they going that for the belt is gonna be crazy, dog. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The whole Hurt Syndicate gonna turn on MJF. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen because MVP too. Like you can tell, like Sheldon just going along for the ride, but once Bobby and MVP decide it's over, Sheldon gonna be like, all right, yep, time to go, and they gonna whoop his ass. They gonna do it Evolution style, like
Oh.
like when Evolution beat up fucking Randy Orton,
Batista
like.
or like ready.
Yeah, dog. It's go, dog. They did Randy Orton so crazy. I'll never forget that shit as a kid, bro. I was so happy Randy Orton finally won. Batista did the thumbs down. I was like, dog, no. And they beat the shit out of Randy. Holy shit. That was such a crazy moment. But nah, you got the proper winner, in MJF. He was the odds on favorite, and I think it was the right move because now not only does this elevate him, it elevates the Hurt Syndicate. Because now they're going to be in more prominent stories going forward with the tag belts and also him having that contract at any time. It's gonna be fun, bro. I'm looking forward to this next 6 months of AEW programming because with that looming, MJF's contract looming, it's gonna be they gonna handle it a little better than they did Christian Cage's. So
Yeah, I hope so.
it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I think you got the right winner. I do kind of feel you on the Casino Gauntlet in some ways because, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, it's a Royal Rumble clone,
Yeah,
but
yeah, going
the
on the
way
Royal
the
Rumble.
right, but the way they do it is you win by pinfall, which I kind of like. And it's like they tell you that, oh, anybody can come in at any time. There's no like time intervals. Like whenever the person in the back feel like they want to come out, that's
Yeah,
when
like
they
that
come
doesn't
out.
make
But
any sense. Make it a
it
time
don't
period.
though. Yeah, because you got a certain amount of time to even match, so that don't kind of make sense. But I get what they trying to do when they do that. So it's like, I don't like that aspect of it as much, but to me, it's not like it's not the worst match. Like what you say, you just don't like that it's a lot going on in the match.
It's a lot going on in the match, and like you forget who is like technically in the ring or in the match, supposedly in the match, because everyone comes in, does their one spot, and then whoever was in the ring, they roll out onto the floor, and then next thing you know, you got to wait for them to get back in the ring to do something else again. So they're basically like waiting for their spots once again, like it would be at a Royal Rumble. It's just that they're all in the ring at the same time.
All right, so would you prefer that with people able to go outside of the ring and just be on the outside of the ring, or would you prefer the Royal Rumble style? They just laying in the corner or under the rope for like 30 minutes. Wow, and
I
like
mean,
eight motherfuckers that came in the ring.
you could go outside of the ring, but like have a cameraman outside of the ring following some action along too. Just don't like leave all the action in the middle of the ring where you're waiting for someone else to or waiting for another spot to happen. So, like I said, it just seems like it was a good idea, but it's just junky at times.
Right. I do get that. And I would probably change that aspect of it. Some more cameras on the outside and a little more fighting on the outside. It would be a little dope because they can just freely go in and out of the ring in that match.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the Royal Rumble with the over the top rope. You can technically leave the ring, but it can't be over the top rope. And sometimes that get convoluted and shit like that. I do like they style, but yeah, you need to see more fighting on the outside if you're gonna have that. But no, I do agree with that. And I would do, if you're gonna do pinfalls, I wouldn't do the first pinfall wins the match because that's just like
It's like
it
anyone
can
can
get
get lucky.
right. I would do elimination style pinfalls though. Like if you pin somebody, you have to pin to eliminate somebody. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I would. And
Yes,
I
I
feel
like
like
that.
that would be kind of fire, like because you'll get a lot more finishes and just a lot of different interactions that you would get with that. But that's how I would do it. So,
I
but no,
like that.
I agree with you. Well, it wasn't a bad match though. Like this was definitely entertaining. You got the return of Juice Robinson without a beard, looking like fucking Bo Dallas. That shit
I
was
was like,
weird,
Bo
but
Dallas, what the fuck? What are you doing
yeah,
here?
I swear he looked like
What
prime
Bo
Bo
Dallas
Dallas,
doing here?
like Bo leave Bo Dallas, like that was
What
prime
Bo
Bo
Dallas
Dallas.
doing here?
Right. I'm like, bro, hey, Juice Robinson, that's Bo Dallas, bro. Where the beard at on Juice? I know what Juice look like, dog. Like, I like Juice. I do like Juice, but good to see him back. But no, it was an entertaining match, bro. But yeah, you got your proper winner, and definitely looking forward to what we can expect from them going forward.
All right. So next up you had the TNT Championship with which was changed earlier that day. You had Adam Cole come out, give that heartfelt speech about, him not being able to compete,
Yeah, man.
the whole concussion that was going on. And so from what I heard that he was planning on retiring in the ring that day until a lot of kind of talked him off the ledge. And, hopefully you see him back as soon as this concussion protocol is done. And, he is back to his normal self. Who knows? But
Yeah.
they ended up changing it into a fatal four-way match where you sit here and you had Dustin Rhodes, Daniel Garcia, Kyle Fletcher, and Sammy Guevara all in the ring. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not expecting Dustin to win this match. I thought the money and everything was gonna be on Kyle Fletcher to come out on top of this, but they swerved us and somehow, some way, Dustin is your new TNT champion. I don't know what the role looks like for him moving forward because I don't know. It's just interesting having him as a title holder right now, and he was obviously super excited about it. Fell to his knees and like honestly started crying. And you actually got a lot of people in the back coming out to like hoist him up because they were so happy of him getting a single championship in AEW. So everyone is proud of him. I just don't know where you go with him from here, unless you have some suggestions of what to do with him.
I think that his first opponent should absolutely be Kyle Fletcher. Because they kind of had Kyle Fletcher's face too. After he lost and he was looking distraught and stuff like that. I think that's a perfect first opponent. And then I would eventually, if you're trying to shake shit up, I would have Sam Guevara make his turn and turn heel on him, because the tag team right now, they are the Ring of Honor tag team champions.
Yes.
Um, and this was it was a swerve, but it was a good swerve though, because
Mhm.
I kind of, once they announced that Dustin Rhodes had never had a TNT singles title, and I didn't realize that. I thought he at least held one during his time as an
That's what I
actual
thought too,
AEW
but
competitor.
I was wrong.
But yeah, apparently not. No, but him getting the title, I have no problem with, because if anybody's earned it, it is Dustin Rhodes, bro. And I think I've said this in the past. He is having one of the best post WWE lives or careers that you can possibly have, bro. Like, he's finally getting the recognition he deserves as a actual good talent in the ring. I love how he went to ROH and pretty much has dominated in Ring of Honor. And he's kind of recreated himself. And that's kind of hard to do when you had a gold dust gimmick that they slapped on you in the mid 90s, and it started off with some promise, but it turned into an absolute fucking joke.
Yeah.
And you kind of had to be a joke for a lot of years, bro, and you wasn't taken serious. And it's just good that he gets these type of opportunities, bro. I know Cody Rhodes was probably somewhere smiling. He was probably real proud. Of course, he couldn't be at the event, for obvious reasons. But you
Mhm.
saw the rest of Dustin Rhodes' family in attendance and stuff like that, and his friends, and they were congratulating him. But it's a good accomplishment for him. He now has 3 belts going into being the TNT champion. And I'm excited to see what they do with him. Like I said, Kyle Fletcher is his first opponent though. It gives them something to do while the Don Callis family are kind of are at an elevated level right now. And Dustin Rhodes, he's going to get an opportunity to defend this a couple times, because I don't think they'll make him lose it right away.
Yeah.
So have a good first feud with Kyle Fletcher. Maybe you turn Sammy Guevara heel, because he's been doing a good job too. He hasn't gotten enough credit for kind of reinventing himself in Ring of Honor as well. Kind of from all the spotty stuff he had during his AEW run.
Mhm.
In and out the ring, there was a lot of stuff surrounding him. But now he's kind of stabilized. He's having a really good run in Ring of Honor, and I'm loving Sammy Guevara right now. He hasn't got a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Dustin for winning his first AEW championship here. I mean, like I said, everyone was proud of him. They came out there to hoist him on their shoulder, and no, it was a good moment. You could see it was a very heartfelt moment for everyone in the back, and for him as well too, winning this title. So there's that. Next up, you had Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. And
Yes,
I
sir.
obviously the stipulations were on the line. Swerve and Will Ospreay, if they lost, they couldn't challenge for the title and for a full year. If the Bucks lost, they lost their EVP status, which they ended up taking the L on this one. The Bucks are no longer EVPs of the company, and it's just funny seeing that, because I watched Dynamite as well too, and seeing them pull up to the arena with no limo service at all. They just had to Uber there, and the car was funny. When they came out to the ring, they no pyro. The back wall that they had was just some generic back wall. Like
That
it,
shit.
it was funny. It was good. Obviously the match was good. They played up to onto the fact that Swerve and Osprey weren't like tag team type of people. So obviously the Young Bucks were beating up on them just a little bit, but obviously they got their get backs, and you know it featured what I thought was like one of the best sequences of like signature moves and counters that they just went on and back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
And it was a good match, man. It was a good match that they put on. For Swerve and Osprey not being tag teams. They look like they could accomplish some things. They are the Young Bucks are no longer your EVPs, and they I'm happy. I thought it was going to go the other way, and the Young Bucks are going to take this and run with it again. But hey, they got us on this one. But I'm happy with the results.
Playboy. Playboy. You see me doing my Birdman
Yeah,
hand rub,
your
man.
Birdman
Playboy.
hand rub.
Let's hear Playboy. Let's hear Playboy. I told y'all, man. I told you. I told you. And I told you again, man. Fuck EVPs forever. And they ain't even called it. They the Young Bucks again. Like
Yeah,
we
the
ain't even
Young
gotta
Bucks.
call them the EVPs no more. They the Young Bucks again. Oh man, I'm so happy with this result. And no, you got to give the Young Bucks credit though. They
Yeah.
are a great tag team, and they put on in this match. I did like the fact that one, like you said, they played into the fact that Swerve and Will Ospreay aren't really a tag team. They kind of two singles tagging up instead of being an actual tag team. And I like how they played up the Young Bucks entrance being too long, and that was kind of gonna affect
Yeah.
Will Ospreay and
So
Swerve. Man, that damn interest took me back to slavery, bro. Like all that goddamn riding on the goddamn boat and shit.
on
That
a
remind me of
boat.
the
What the
Mayflower,
fuck?
bro. Like I don't the homicide, bro. Like what did my man? You got my man reading the speech and shit. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, on a damn scroll? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. That shit. No, it was creative though, but this little founding fathers look. Oh, I found it
Yeah,
funny
I'm
though.
so over that shit.
Yeah, man, that shit is funny. But they rode in on a goddamn boat with no water. It's fucking insane. But it technically got two entrances because they got midway through their first entrance
Yeah.
before they decided, oh, we just gonna hop on a boat for the rest of the entrance. Like it was crazy. But either way though, this match was really good, bro. Like this was entertaining throughout the spots, man. Like the double dive off of the turnbuckle that Swerve and Ospreay did, one on the inside of the ring, one on the outside. That was dope. The stomp into the tombstone. There was just a lot of crazy spots. Like you said, the flurry of counters and exchanges that ended in the hidden blade and the house call. Like that shit was fire. This was just a really good match, and all of those guys in the ring was gonna go out there and put on a banger. But
Hmm.
this match turned out like just as you wanted it to. You got the right one, and I think you tell a more compelling story with the EVPs not being the EVPs no more. Because
Yeah.
now, how does that look? And like I said, that is eventually going to play into the Death Riders part of things and all of that. So I think you did the right thing by giving Will and Swerve this match. And I kind of knew that's what it was because there is no way that two of your hottest stars right now, you're not going to allow them to challenge for the title for a whole fucking year. Like that just don't make sense. So I kind of saw this coming. Like, so it is what it is. But no, this was a great match. Great match.
This was definitely a great match. Super entertaining. Like, I would have hoped that this match would have went on for like a good 10 more minutes than what I thought it would, just because
Yeah,
like
man.
I was enjoying it personally. I'm like, pinfall, nope, two, pinfall, two. Like, come on. Like,
And
when did this go in?
JB, and that's crazy to say when the match was already like minutes long. Like they had plenty of time.
They
Like
did. They
with
had plenty of
entrances.
time, but like, shoot, I would say go for 10 more minutes. Like, fuck it, I don't even care. Just
Yeah.
keep going.
No, I wouldn't have minded it, bro. I would not have minded it because everybody brought it, bro, and it was just the way some of the tag team moves were executed by both teams. It was really good, bro, and just a great tag team match and a great way to tell that story. And like I said, the Will Ospreay and Strickland of all people, you're not gonna keep them from the world championship for 1 year. Like that's just you got too. It's too many stories that you can tell between those two alone that to take them out of the title picture.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Next up, you had the women's casino gauntlet match that it didn't go the way that I thought it was gonna go. I honestly wanted Megan Bayne to win this match, but no, they let Athena take over and match. So now she has her eyes set on one Miss Tony Storm, which we'll get into their match later. But
Yeah,
still, Athena comes out on
wasn't
top of
that
this.
show?
What's up?
What my bad? What wasn't that your original pick, Athena?
No, that was the rumor that I heard that like they were gonna go with Athena, but I
Okay,
was like, they can't do that. I mean, Megan Bayne is like the hot thing right now. Like, why wouldn't you just run with her with it? Like, I just don't know.
she is still hot, but she's cooled off a little bit. After the feud with Tony, I would say that was kind of a cooling off period for her, but she's still very much, I feel like, in the thick of things going forward. But yeah, she's had a bit of a cooling off period, and I'm not mad at Athena being the winner. Of course not. Like, how can you be? Like, she's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
over with the fans. Like, she's a great wrestler, bro. I've always been a fan of her finishing move, dog, and the way she did it at the end of this match was fucking crazy. Like, it just looked like it was just devastating, bro. Like, the way she pulled it off was fire, bro. So no, Athena is absolutely deserving. And seeing that we got the result that I figured we would have with Tony and Mercedes Monet, I feel like her and Tony Storm going forward, that's going to be a banger, bro. That is going to be a great match. I cannot wait for that. Yeah, Athena, she Ring of Honor world champion, and that's kind of the main reason why I thought they wouldn't do it. It wasn't because of her; it was because she's the
He's
ROH world
already
champion
yeah.
too. Are they gonna let you kind of trying to get away from the multiple belt thing, especially seeing Mercedes and what she's done. But no, I'm happy with Athena, and this was the better gauntlet match. I'm not gonna hold you. The
Yes,
women's gauntlet
yes.
match was better. It was
It was
absolutely
way
better
better.
than the men.
It was way better than the men's. I was actually interested in this one than the men's, but Athena won, as you said. Yeah, I guess Megan Bain did cool off a little bit, but I still want to see her involved in this picture some kind of way, somehow. I don't know how, but I'm intrigued with Athena versus Tony Storm. That story that they're going to be able to tell.
Yeah, that is going to be a banger. But this match was going to win me over anyway because you had my four favorite women in the ring at the same time. Willow
Who's that?
Nightingale, Willow Nightingale, of course. My second boo. Nah, nah, but Willow Nightingale, Queen Aminata, Mina Shirakawa, and Megan Bain. Oh, my heart. Oh. Oh, but you had some good debuts too, though. Those two women that debuted as well. Those their names are escaping me. But they had some debuts in this match. Thekla looked good. Like there was just a
Yes,
lot of
she was good.
good. Yeah, there was just a lot of good individual showings in this match. And no, the women's absolutely smashed the men's gauntlet match.
The women put on. You even got a Harley Cameron appearance too. I forgot that she broke her nose, so she came out there with the
Yeah,
the,
with the
the,
mask.
the Rip Hamilton mask over the face.
Oh, and Anna Jay. Anna Jay is a
And
fifth.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Anna Jay as well too.
as long as those women around, my heart is content. So
All right, next up you had the AEW World Tag Team Championships. You had the Hurt Syndicate versus Christian
we
Cage
are people.
and Nick Wayne, and the oddball couple of Jet Speed, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight, man. And obviously, Hurt Syndicate still remains champions. They stay on top. Like I said, there's no way these two are like so dominant in the tag team. Like I love the rest of the tag teams in this match, but there was no dropping it to against Bobby and Sheldon. Like I'm sorry, like I just can't see that happening in the world. I can't see that happening. But I will say the ending is what got me with this match.
Man.
First Syndicate wins. They go off. Your boy Nick Wayne just turned on
Yeah.
Christian Cage. Like what?
Yeah. Bro,
What?
I thought, and it's funny, bro, because we're going to get into it. But one of the predictions that I made months ago, it came to fruition, but not in the way that I thought. I thought that by all in, Christian and Ed, what Edge? He will always be Edge to me,
Yeah,
but
he always be
Christian,
Edge.
Christian and Cope. I thought that they would already have an understanding and be going into all in into a match together. But instead, you got it in this form. And either way, like I'm satisfied. But I called this out, bro. I told you was gonna get that
Mm-hmm.
Cope Christian Cage interaction at all in, and you got it, just not in the way that I initially thought. But go ahead. I just want to get your quick thoughts on just what you thought.
No, you're absolutely right. You got it. Uh, Nick Wayne turns on Christian Cage, and then you hear Adam Copeland's music. He comes out of there, which is honestly one of my pet peeves since you started this the recording off like this. Why the fuck you taking so long to get a ring, bro? My man Christian
My
Cage
man
getting
went,
his ass beat. Your ass over here
bro.
running the side, this side. Like, yeah, you even had time to set off pyro, bro. What the fuck?
Right, bro. Hold on,
Get to
dog.
the
Like,
ring, my dude.
Dog, you want to know what really grinds my gears? With motherfucker, bro, the Jeff Hardy. He did the Jeff Hardy, bro. You getting your whole entrance off when you supposed to be making the save for somebody. Like that shit is crazy. My man went to the whole end of the stage. This is a long ass stage. He went to the whole end of the stage, got his shit off, ran back. And I'm thinking, like, all right, he focused now. He gonna run to the ring. He did the fucking pyro
I'm like,
spot.
what the fuck, man?
Like, meanwhile, meanwhile, they just in the ring waiting. They
Just
just in the
looking
ring
at him, just
waiting.
waiting.
No, bro, I will never understand it. I never understand it, dog.
I
I
will
swear to
not
God.
understand this shit. I'm over here just looking at this like, will you get to the ring already? Like, come on, what's happening? But
That shit, bro.
Scope comes
And then
out.
they always
Well,
then
go
when they
ahead.
get in the ring, they always do the fake out first. It's always the miss. Like, bro, you're watching this man into the ring. How are you missing him off the first shot? You don't watch him walk down the ramp, slide in. How are you missing the first clothesline? Like, I don't understand. Like, just instantly. Like, I will never understand it, JB.
Just, like, I will never understand this either. But Cope comes out, he saves Chris Cage. He brings out the bat that's got the nails in it that hit up Moxley a couple months ago at their pay-per-view, and grabs the mic. And honestly, I didn't know which way it was gonna go. I didn't know if he was gonna hit Christian, but he grabs the mic and says, "Go find yourself,"
I
and
love it.
leaves his ass in the ring. I'm like, oh, this is a perfect way to end this match, especially with them left in the ring. Like, that's, yeah, I think
I
we're gonna get
love it.
that Christian Cage and Adam Cole reunion again.
Bro, the ending of this match put a whole new belief in me for Tony Khan and his booking ability. Like, this was like, you couldn't have did this shit any more perfect than what you did it. Because I thought that when Nick Wayne made his turn, I thought it was going to be a separate incident. Like, we got the return of Cope and the goddamn the patriarchy turning on Christian all at once, bro. Like, all in the same fucking 10 minutes. It was insane, bro. But the match itself, it was a really good like tag team match. You got a lot of premier spots from people in this match. And like you said, the Hurt Syndicate, the fans was all into this match. My only gripe with the Hurt Syndicate, they came out, they did the entrance song with Smoke Dizza and
Oh,
West Side.
yes, yes.
Yeah, and shout out to them. I love Smoke Dizza and West Side Guns music. I'm a big fan of both of them. So shout out to them, bro. I really do fuck with them. But the acoustics in the arena was
Mm.
making the fucking theme song just sound off, bro. So I couldn't really get into it like I wanted to. And maybe it sounded different in the arena, but on the broadcast, it was
It
just like,
sounded
bro, they
bad.
offbeat as fuck. Like, it just
It
they
sounded
super
bad. They were
offbeat.
offbeat. I was hoping that they would have like took out their earpiece so they could have heard like exactly what was being, broadcasted. But no, they just kept it rolling. And I'm like, dude, I'm off singing it while you going down to the ring. Like, this is bad. I don't like this.
Bro, they theme song is already a slow theme song. So like, you can't be offbeat with a slow theme song. Like, it wasn't hitting the ear right. And like I said, I think it was mainly maybe in the stadium they was on key, but like on the broadcast with the echo and shit, it sounded bad, bro. And I was damn. This is my favorite. This is one of the best entrance themes in wrestling, bro. Y'all can't do Her Syndicate like that. But overall, they look dominant, bro. Some great spots, like I said, by everybody. Lashley with that fight, bro. Every time he slam anybody small, it's gonna look fucking
Yeah.
beautiful, bro. Like, that shit look like painful, act real life painful, bro. I would
Mm-hmm.
not want to take a slam from Bobby Lashley in no capacity. So, but no, but the ending of this match, bro, Nick Wayne, the turn out of nowhere, bro. And then Kip Sabian was on board, Mama Wayne was on board. I thought when Nick Wayne was gonna turn and turn on Christian, that the patriarchy was gonna stay with Christian and he was kind of gonna be on his own.
Mm-hmm.
He has taken over the patriarchy now. They done kicked Christian the fuck out. So this shit it took on a whole new element, a whole new layer. And then you had Cope return. This was perfect because you had the ringside. I loved how they blended them into the match. And it finally answered some questions because we was talking about, y'all kind of ain't did shit with FTR since
Yeah,
the Cope shit
exactly.
happened. So no, but that was a perfect way to tie them in as well. And them kind of being a part of the turn, but not really, they wasn't expecting it, but they joined in on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was great because they are going to challenge for the tag team championships next, and that is going to be a banger. 2 yard against the Hurt Syndicate, that's gonna be a banger as well. But no, man, but Nick Wayne turns out of nowhere. Fucking great the way they executed it. And Cole coming out. Besides the fucking dancing runoff, the dancing run to the ring. That was great. And I loved him saying, "Go find yourself, bro." It was so gangster. It was just like the perfect way to just do a promo. Because I wasn't expecting him to talk. I thought it was just
Yeah.
gonna be the simple stare down and are we friends still? Are we not friends? Nobody
Mhm.
knows. But the fact that he said go find it, so I'm like, dog, that was like the icing on the cake.
Dude, it was so perfect. And shout out to Mama Wayne. I did not know you had game like this. I did not know what you were bringing to the
What you
table. But
mean?
no,
What
no.
you mean?
So like, yeah, I watched Dynamite and like I was just drooling over this woman when they were doing their little interview in the back. I was like, oh, what? I didn't know she was built
You
like
late,
this.
bro. No, you late, bro. She
I didn't
is
know she was
stacked.
built like this. All right, go
Hey,
ahead.
hey, Mama Wayne. No, Christian was in kayfabe. Christian was he was getting to that.
Yeah,
He was getting to Mama Wayne, boy. And I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all. No, I'm glad you got familiar with her game.
yeah. I
No,
was
she
not
don't.
familiar with her game, Mama Wayne.
Hey, hey,
Excuse
hey,
me. I'm
hey, if
on
she
board.
if she throwing, I'm in outfield. I'm just saying. I'm Riley Green with that shit.
Right.
Shout out Flannel, man. I'm Riley
Oh
Green with that
man.
shit. Oh man, but no, this was like, bro. At this point in the night, I was just like, dog, this is already like good as fuck. How is
Yeah.
they gonna get any better than this?
How does it
And
get any better?
if you remember way, I'm like, dog,
Dude,
she,
I was not. So that's when I seen her pop up on Dynamite. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
okay, all
she
right,
she
Mama
got
Wayne,
body yaddy. She got
all
body
right, Mama
yaddy, boy.
Wayne. But like
She
as
got
you
body
said, it's
yaddy.
like
Her face ain't too bad either, but she got
mm,
body yaddy though.
I
Like,
was like, yeah. The face is like
yeah,
seven,
it's all right.
7,
It's all
but like
right.
the
But
body is
she,
like, oh Lord.
yeah, no, and she older too. So I'm into older women, so it just it is what it is. Like
Yeah, it is what it is. But shout out to Mama Wayne. Didn't know you built like this. But as you said, it's like, how do you go on after that amazing of an ending to a triple threat tag team match? Then you get the 3 main events right after that. Started off with a banger: AEW Women's Championship, Tony Storm versus Mercedes Monet. Ah, time as Tony
all right,
Storm comes out on top. A lot of cool spots in
so
this match as well too. You had Tony Storm hitting the money dance right in front of Mercedes. Luther got involved as well too. Apparently, Luther got hurt in this match. I don't remember seeing where, but I don't know. He might have like dislocated his shoulder or something. I don't really know,
what
but
you mean? Like Mercedes Monet dropped 2 knees on his shoulders. Like,
like normally, like you don't really see like anyone getting hurt from that. But I guess if Luther wasn't really prepared for it, then yeah, that ended up happening. Mercedes gets the first pin in singles competition, and you can tell she was a little upset about this as well too. I thought it was gonna go the Mercedes Monet way. You did not, obviously, but Tony Storm is your champion, and proud of it, man. Shout out to Tony Storm.
no, absolutely, bro. And when you said originally you thought Mercedes was gonna win, I was surprised. I thought we was
I
in
swear I thought she was
lockstep
gonna
with
win
this.
this, man. I'm like, damn it, you can't take another. This is gonna take another belt. Come on.
And when you said it though, it did make sense. Like I could have saw a world where they did have Mercedes win. Would I have agreed with that? No.
Yeah,
But either way, I could have saw it though. But let's just start with like the entrances, bro. Both of the entrances fire as fuck, bro. I love both of the entrances. Like Mercedes coming out in that old school her having the roll with all of the people she done beat on the back of it. That was fire, bro.
that
That was
was
fire.
wild. That was like what?
Yeah, dog. That shit was. It was kind of. It's cold though, bro. Like that's cold. All the people you done defeated on the back, like all the names. That shit was sweet. But I did like her entrance, and I love Tony Storm, bro. It's crazy, bro. How I didn't care for this character at first, And now I'm just like, bro, she can do no wrong, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess I got Freddie to thank for that. Shout out my boy Phil 313.
Shout out, Freddie.
But yeah, no, when he was like, nah, KG, just give it a chance, bro. And I'm like, no, she is. I like the other Tony Storm gimmick better. Kind of the punk Tony
The punk
Storm
rock,
gimmick, but
yeah.
yeah, I preferred that, but that's what I was used to. But once I got accustomed to this Tony character, bro, she slays it every fucking time. Like the level of commitment that you gotta have to pull that character off, and she does it
Mm-hmm.
flawlessly, bro. It's like I actually think that's her, bro. Like because she does it so fucking well.
Yeah.
So shout out to her, bro. She is one of the best women on God's green earth in terms of wrestling right now. And yeah, this match was everything that you thought it was going to be. These women had the perfect amount of time to go out there and just have a banger match. You knew they were going to have a banger match. I thought that this could have been match of the night. It turns out that you can make a lot of cases for match of the night.
Yeah,
Interested
you
to
really
see what your
could.
match of the night really is, and we can wait to the end to kind of reveal that. But this was one that I thought could have the potential, although I didn't call it for match of the night. But it turned out to still be a great match between these ladies. The Storm Zeros that she was pulling off, bro, the one off the top rope, she did the Three Amigos version of the
Yeah.
Storm Zero. That shit was crazy. I love when Luther get fucked up in the match. It's just the spot that gotta have in any Tony Storm title defense, bro. You gotta have Luther getting fucked up, bro. But no, and shout out to Luther. I'm mad he actually got hurt. But he's
Yeah.
not a trained competitor, so he's just a butler, man. Leave that man alone. But no, but you got to me, you have the proper winner. Like Tony Storm, she deserves to win this match. And no, this is no slight to Mercedes Moné, because in retrospect, when you look at her run, she's had a crazy run across multiple wrestling promotions, in the country and out of the country. So, and the fact that all of these promotions trust her to be their world champion while she is not an active member of their brand is that just go to show you the type of woman she is, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
she make no mistake, I am a Mercedes Moné fan. I just think we need a freshening up of her character.
Yes.
So I'm glad she lost in this spot because it's gonna give something to be motivated for. And now, even if you continue the CEO gimmick, it's gonna take a different tone. I feel like, because make no mistake, I think we get a rematch between these two ladies. Like they are both too good. They're at the top of their division, and you are going to get a rematch. Maybe after, because I think Tony Storm would beat Athena. Um,
Oh
if
yeah.
Tony Storm beats Athena, then I think they spin the block on that.
Oh yeah. I can definitely see them running this back again as well. And as you said, I kind of like the angle of like her still being the CEO, but I guess the CEO kind of means a little bit less now, seeing as that you didn't capture the big prize of AEW. So now it's just like you're lesser of a CEO. How will she be able to bounce back and handle this? So that should be a very interesting and compelling storyline as well, too. I want to go back just a little bit because I know you were talking about intros. With the Swerve Strickland Will Ospreay match against the Young Bucks, JoJo Offerman, Bray Wyatt's former
Yeah.
wife, was there singing Swerve's intro that he had way before WWE, right before their match, before he came out. So that was a real special moment. I was not expecting that at all either. So it was just kind of sweet and heartfelt that she was there to do his intro. And I don't know who asked who, but it was a special moment.
Yeah, it was. And shout out to JoJo. It is good to see her. I totally forgot that Bray Wyatt was married to her, man. So yeah, she is the late spouse of Bray Wyatt. Of course, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt
Mm-hmm.
always and forever. And yeah, it was good to see her. At first, I was kind of confused because I'm like, is she doing part of Swerve's entrance? Like,
Yeah,
because
I didn't
I'm
know.
like, yeah. Yeah, but she did a rendition of "Ain't Nobody," and I love that song. Just period.
Just a
But no,
classic.
yeah, no, but she did a great job with it, and yeah, Swerve coming out right after that, can never get enough of Swerve's entrance and Nana dancing. I just love Nana, bro. Like Nana is a great manager. But no, this is I'm glad you brought that up. No, that was definitely a good tribute.
Yeah, definitely. Getting back on track, you had the Unified Championship match. One Mr. Kenny Omega versus Okada. Uh, Entrances were kind of a little long on this one. They did the Assassin's Creed entrance for Kenny Omega. I was like, I don't know if this is necessary for all
No,
this, but
you think about Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay had the
was
Assassin's
that the?
Creed with all the samurais and stuff. That was a great entrance too, by the way. That
I
entrance was
swear,
fire.
didn't Kenny do another one?
No, he did. He had like a choir, like a classical orchestra kind of singing his theme.
Okay.
And he had the Omega sign that was lit up in
Yes, that was
fire. That
on. It
shit
was
was
on
fire.
fire. Yes. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
It
So
it
my
was long, but it was good. It was long,
yeah.
but it
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah, my mistake on that. I mean, it was long, it was good, but this one could arguably be match of the night as well too. It was very good. Honestly, our pick came out on top. Okada got this. This is basically setting up that rubber match for them once again. But this one was really good. These two aren't as young as they were before in their previous matches, so it seemed like a little bit of a slower pace match to start a little bit. You can tell
Yeah,
that they wanted to kind of like pick up the pace here and there, some spots, but I think they were like a little too in their head and worried that like, hey, we don't want to go overboard with this and mess something up. But at the same time,
yeah.
it was going to be a good match just because you've seen their previous matches before. We're bought into both of your guys' characters, so you can do no wrong in our eyes. So just go out there and pull out an all out match. But Okada ends up being your champion, setting up their rubber match. I don't know when they're gonna have it, but I definitely want to see this again too.
Nah, JB, you made great points. No, absolutely. I got that same feeling as I was watching this because if you and unfortunately you gotta rank this up against the other matches because the other
Yeah.
matches were so great. Um this is probably the probably if you ranking them from 1 to 5, this would be at the bottom. But that don't mean it wasn't a great match. Like,
Yeah.
do not get
Yeah.
me wrong. This was a great match. And but yeah, you can just tell both men are older. They have kind of changed their wrestling styles because of that. And I just think that's the smart thing to do because once we get into Saturday night's main event, when we talk about Seth Rollins, you
Ah,
that question kind of comes up like at a certain you kind of gotta change your wrestling style if you are more of that high flying type of wrestling style, dog, because there's no longevity in it. But no, that was a great point made by you. I felt the same exact way. But even though that you can tell, and of course Kenny Omega diverticulitis, like it's a blessing he's even able to wrestle still
mhm.
and still look as good as he does. So no, that absolutely it's a blessing he's out here. Okada's older as well. He's changed his style a lot. Um, is they still went out there, and it was just good to see like them at this stage because it was like you said, it was so long since we saw these two link up because they linked up 3 times in 1 year, and then the very next year is when they had the fourth match. So we haven't seen them since like 2018, and for what they did out there, two veterans just going out there laying it all on the line. I thought it was great. I love Don Callis. He don't get enough credit for being one of the great heel managers in today's sport. He got the look. It just everything. I feel like he an asshole. He took bro anybody that with a bald head and a scar and colored fucking lenses in real life. I'm gonna think they a piece of shit. And bro, like he exudes that like completely, bro. I don't think he get enough credit for being a great heel manager, bro. And he played into this match perfectly. You got the right winner, bro. Okada absolutely needed to get his lick back. And I'm glad they gave it to him in this way. They keep trying to sell us on this is the last time, and I just don't believe that because you in this series right here with between these two, you gotta have a clear definitive winner. And I think that is gonna lead, like you said, to a 6, and that will be the final match between these two. Give it some time to percolate. We're not gonna get it this year. We're not gonna get it for a portion of next year, but eventually, before these two hang them up, we have got to get Okada Omega 6,
Yeah.
and that's the time land.
You gotta get that, and obviously that's probably going to be hyped up for whenever these two actually do decide to call it quits. Like, yeah, as you said, don't give it to us this year and the end of this year. Let this rivalry, let this feud build to where it's going to be the ultimate main event for a huge pay per view down the line. I don't care if it's like a year or two from now, but just let it simmer, as you said, until they're ready for this.
No, absolutely. But yeah, the match was absolutely great. I love the some of the V triggers that he was pulling off, some nasty just looking ones. The rainmakers that Okada was bringing, it was great. It was just, bro, it's just a just nostalgia too, just watching, the history between them two. I thought it was great. For what it was absolutely great. And Okada being the new unified champion, AEW champion. I am excited to see what they do with him going forward. I'm a big Rainmaker fan, so I'm definitely excited to see what they do with him. And do you think Kenny Omega? What do you do with him at this point? Do you put him back in world title contention? Because it is kind of weird seeing Kenny at this stage of his career not really being considered in the world title picture.
I don't know if you want to put him in that world title picture right now, or if maybe he needs a little bit of a break because obviously you've seen on Dynamite. I think Swerve has already set his eyes on Okada right now, so there's that could potentially happen. So with Kenny, I don't know. Would you be willing to see Kenny versus a Hangman or something like that?
I wouldn't mind it because I mean Kenny Omega not gonna give you a bad match.
No,
Like
he's
at
never
bare
gonna give you
minimum,
a
he's
bad
gonna give
match.
you a good match
But it's just
at
like
bare
I
minimum.
don't know. I want to see someone new in this like title picture. I don't know. I mean, Kenny
True,
Omega
but
is still the guy, but go ahead.
yeah, but true, but if you're gonna keep the belt on Hangman theoretically the rest of the year, you're gonna need some opponents for him. And I
Mm.
know we do have some returns that we have to talk about as well.
Oh yeah,
That happened, in the main event. But yeah, I think you want this plate full with as many opponents as you can. And Kenny Omega is one of them names that even though he lost a technical mid card championship, you can instantly just put him in the main event and nobody would bat an eye because he's Kenny fucking Omega. And I want to kind of pull him away. Like you can have him revisit his beef with Don Callis and the Don Callis family because that's always gonna loom. Especially with Okada being part of the Don Callis family, that whole shit is gonna loom. So you have time to go back to that. I want to put him, if you're gonna have him around, I would put him in more prevalent stories, even if he's not gonna win. Because he's just such a great talent and he deserves to have his name up there. That's all.
yeah. I got you. Like you said, Kenny is not gonna put on a bad match, and that wouldn't be a bad idea either. And as we get into the main event, the AEW World Championship Texas Death Match, John Moxley, your champion, versus Hangman Page. Obviously, Hangman Page comes out on top. Um, this match, as we said, got bloody quick. I don't even think 5 minutes into this match before
It didn't take long.
Moxley was bleeding. Like I think Hangman took a fork to his head and just started stabbing. Like what
Bro,
the fuck,
at
bro?
one point they both had forks. I'm like, where in the fuck did y'all get forks
These forks.
from? Like y'all just pulling forks out, bro.
Where
Like
did these forks come from?
the next step for AEW is just knife fights because like dog, y'all the broken glass, nails,
Oh god.
spikes, fucking barbed wire. The next point, just pull out knives, bro. Let's just get to it. Let's just have a
Dude,
shank fest. Like, cause
this
fucking,
was a
just
blood
fucking
fest. There,
forks.
there were so many spots in this match, as you said as well too. Hangman started bleeding a little bit after Moxley did. You got the broken glass on the mat. You had the chair wrapped in barbed wire. You had the wood plank, I guess, full of the bed of nails at some point as well too.
Right. A
Um,
spike strip. I don't know what you call it. It looked like the spike strip that the police throw out when they trying to stop
yeah,
somebody.
I don't even know what it was. I think even at one point, Hangman missed the table when he was trying to power fireman's carry Marina. She just hit the
Yeah.
floor. Like what?
Yeah, that shit was nasty. Marina took a nasty shout out to her. She took a nasty spot
Yeah,
through that table because she damn near missed the whole
the
table.
whole fucking table. As you were saying before, there were some returns as well too. Darby Allen dropped from the ceiling like
You caught it.
Sting.
You
Shout
called
out.
that one.
I don't know why Daniel Bryan showed up in a mask. Like, motherfucker, we know this is you. Like, you don't want to do
Well,
it.
no, the way the camera angle played out, I didn't know who it was until he
I knew
did
who
the
that
yes
was.
shit.
I knew who
Yeah,
that. I knew who that motherfucker was. I'm like,
we
oh,
know it's you, Daniel Bryan.
I know
Oh,
it's you,
Brian
man.
Danielson. We know it's you. You're like,
Oh,
no, I legitimately didn't because he had a mask on and shit. I legitimately didn't.
I knew that was that
But
motherfucker. Like, god damn it. This is
no, because yeah, the way they was playing it was like he was so injured he was never gonna come back. So, but no, it was definitely good to see him back. But just real quick before we break it down, like what just overall thoughts? Did you care for the winner? Did we get the right winner? I already know you on that cowboy shit, man. I can't talk you off the ledge.
I'm on that
So
cowboy shit. We got the right winner out of this one. I think the most impressive thing out of this was seeing um Swerve and Osprey come out there to help him win this match. Seeing Swerve hand him the chain that he literally chokes him out with over the ropes. Like,
that was cold.
I was like,
That was
oh
cold.
shit.
That was cold. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was cold the way he
That
finished that
was a
match.
spot. That was a spot. Obviously, Hangman gets the win, opens the briefcase. It took him a minute to open this briefcase, obviously, because it was beat to shit like
That
for
shit was
forever. Like,
funny as
it was
hell,
like,
bro. He was struggling with that shit.
come
But when
on.
he finally got it open, the fans just fucking erupted, bro. Because it was like, damn, it took you 5 minutes to get this motherfucker. But I can't blame him. After a match like that, you knew he was beat up, bro. I can't even blame him. I can't even blame him for that.
Like, I seriously think he for real took that shot to the bed of nails for real. Like, it looked like it was head on at the tail end of it. So I was like, dude, this match has just gotten
Bro,
off the rails.
how does he stop his momentum when Mox had both his arms? You know
You
that
can't.
DDT that
Like,
he do is a double hook. Yeah, so it's a double hook. So you ain't got no way to really stop yourself from hitting those nails. And yeah, that shit that's tough, bro. Like
you,
the broken glass is like was crazy to me. Him dragging his back through the fucking glass. That shit was
how do you
like
think? Who thought
AEW.
of this? Who thought of this shit?
Who you think thought of it?
It's got to be Moxley. Same with that the backflip on the bed of nails too. Like, come on.
Bro, then the superplex on the top of the chairs, that shit was crazy. Or the not a
That hurt
super, it was
my
a power
spine,
bomb.
bro.
Yeah, but that shit was nasty at the top of the fucking chairs. Like, bro, you could have broke his back. Like,
Like,
AEW
geez.
do some wild spots, bro. They will keep you entertained with some wild ass spots. But yeah, my bad. I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No, you were saying exactly the same thing I was saying. Like, getting choked out by the chain that Swerve hands it to you. He literally looks at you and like boom, just slides it to you. Like that was a moment right there too. But every spot in this match, they made it feel like it was bigger than it was, and it damn sure was. You got the surprise appearances, Daniel Bryan, Darby Allin, right back at it again. But I think you got the right winner. Obviously, opening the briefcase looked difficult as hell, but still, this was like the best match of the night. I'm glad that this was the main event of the night, and you sent fans home happy. So I have no complaints at all with this match. In my eye, AEW cannot do any wrong with their main events.
Well. Look who needed a brother to win the championship. Boy, I
Yeah.
tell you, you can't win it without the brother, man. Shout out Swerve. Yeah, his interference spot was great, and the way they set it up, bro. Like this was AEW's version of the WrestleMania 40, like just madness.
Mm,
Because you had multiple interferences. Darby Allin coming from the fucking ceiling, of course, in typical Darby Allin fashion.
yep.
You had Daniel. I keep saying Daniel Brian Danielson.
Yeah, we
Um,
know.
yeah, same difference, but
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
tomato. But yeah, you had Brian Danielson make his return, which was huge as well. Crowd went wild for both of those guys. And then when who was it? Marina Shafir, she woke up from the table somehow, and when she went to go get the other chair for or get the briefcase for Mox, she gets handcuffed by who other than Prince Nana, man. My boy Prince Nana out of nowhere, bro. That the way they executed that wire.
Oh my
And
god.
no, you just had some great spots in this match. And like it was brutal, the stabbing of the forks, the
Man,
glass, the
wow.
fucking spikes, the chairs, the tables, fucking, oh man, it was just so crazy. Hangman Page, I gotta give it to him, bro. He went out there and put on an absolute classic. This was a great classic all in match, and this is one for the history books, and did a damn good job, and he does deserve his spot. Even me as a hater can admit that.
Mm.
And this was great. My man got the best whistler in the fucking world, bro, for his entrance. Like, oh girl, like I thought she was gonna sing a song. She's just straight whistled the whole fucking thing. And just, bro, I ain't never heard a chick whistle so fucking good, bro. Like she's an all-time whistler. But yeah, bro, you had the whistler for the entrance. The crowd was bought in the whole time. I love out in the little truck, just typical Mox fashion. It just looked good. You knew the Death Riders was gonna be involved. You knew they was
Hmm.
gonna get thwarted. And Will Ospreay, I loved how they did that, where he came out first. He did his best, and then they fucked him up. You know, they put the little chair on him. They got him out of there quick. Medics coming out, you know, while other people are trying to interfere in the match as well. It was just a lot going on, but you never got too lost.
Yeah.
You was glued the whole time. Everything was executed as could have been executed, and it was just a bloody just mess, bro, of a match, and you knew it was gonna be. And yeah, man, right winner, of course. Um, as much as I didn't want to see it, he is your new AEW champion, and he is going to have a good run if they do it right. He has plenty of opponents to choose from, and this is best case scenario. Like this is what you wanted. You wanted him to go over. He's officially, like, the fans have embraced him officially, and he's going to be a face. And I'm interested to see what he looks like when he ain't the grumpy fucking old man just running around backstage and hating on black people. So I'm just wondering how this iteration of him as a face is gonna work. Because I didn't think it could happen. I'm not gonna lie to you. Much like somebody else we're gonna talk about. I didn't. I man, what I did, man. When we
Mm.
get into that shit later, but no, this was an all time. This was an all time main event for All In.
Definitely a all time. So, what are you giving this? Is this a 3 count? What do you think?
Bro, this is the ref get knocked out and you can count to five. Like this is like this, bro. This was great from start to finish. You got everything you wanted, and like I said, from a 7 hour fucking program, 7 hours. Like I did not miss a beat. I was in tune with every fucking match. The only match that you can say kind of had a down period was the TNT Championship match, and that
Yeah.
was mostly off of Adam Cole and the emotional announcement that he made, bro. So no, that was this they pulled off a great event, bro. And to me, they won. They won. Like you won the weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care. It was 7 hours. It don't matter. I was glued into this, and I was enjoying every single moment of it. I think I might have to agree with you on this one. The referee could count to 10 on this one. Like this was so good of PLE that I can sit here and watch this again. I will watch this over probably the WrestleMania just because it was so good.
Bro, and listen, because we is trying to be credential media in the WWE. WWE, we do love you. Like, make
Yes,
no mistake, we are, y'all is all first and foremost in my heart, always and forever. But
but
goddamn,
this right
y'all
here, this shit right
y'all
here.
got some y'all got some competition, dog, and it's healthy, and I love that. It is healthy competition, and this is what you need, bro, because it
Mhm.
keeps Trips on his toes, bro. You gotta book this shit good, because Tony is like I said, he's hitting the sweet spot right now, bro, in terms of booking. This is the best he's ever booked, besides when he came in thing. And the main reason why it was so good earlier is because of what it was, like AEW just being in existence. A lot of people was just on board with it. But yeah, like that, now he is really hitting. If he's the sole booker, he is hitting a sweet spot right now. And yeah, this was just good programming throughout, and the crowds are getting bigger. They are selling out bigger venues, and of course, financially, they aren't going to touch WWE for a very long time. We just that's common sense.
Yeah.
But they are. as far as a just a television product and me just as a consumer, they are definitely a good alternative. Like this is they are breeding good competition, and you love to see it. And if they wasn't good competition, why would WWE go hire their wrestlers as soon as they contracts
Hmm.
in? So it's
Yeah,
like they doing something right over there.
yeah. AEW is doing something. So you got to keep up. Max cards were definitely shorter. You got Saturday night main event that was going up against AEW All In Texas as well too. I think AEW All In was still going on after Saturday night main event ended, so you still got time to watch the main event over there before you got to see this. But not a whole lot of matches on the card. I think you opened up with Jimmy versus Solo, which I wasn't expecting at all. Um, Typical match. You got a lot of interference from Solo's crew as well too. And then Jacob Fatu made an appearance. So I think this
Yeah,
was like just your basic, opening match for Saturday night main event.
yeah, pretty straightforward. And I'm gonna let you lead most of the Saturday night main event discussion because I only caught the highlights of Saturday night's main event.
Yeah,
So yeah, but overall it was like standard, and I hate it had to be Big Jim. I hope they really do plan some stuff for him going forward, at least for a mid card title, because I feel like if y'all gave Jay a run at the world title, then y'all can slip Big Jim a US title run somewhere. But right now it's all about Solo. And I'm
mhm.
glad that they are giving Solo finally some wins under his belt. He looks good as champion. I love him as champion. I'm still the jury's still out on the new iteration of the bloodline, but I think they're headed in a decent direction. Um, and yeah, I just want to see it play out more because the big story, of course, is Solo and Jacob. That's the money. And
Yeah,
Jacob Fatu, we all know eventually he probably will win the title back over Solo. But I just want to see them draw it out a little bit more. That's all.
yeah,
But for what this was, it was a good standard match to kind of start out. And you got a predictable winner, and you got a predictable beat up at the end, and you got a predictable save spot from Jacob Fatu.
yeah. I agree with you. The money is in Jacob and Solo, and apparently WWE has some big plans for Jacob to make him like a top premier superstar
How do you
on
not?
SmackDown as it is. So there's some
How do
plans
you
in the
not?
work, but as you said, just let it kind of slowly build itself up. They're doing a good job as it is right now. This was your typical match to start off the night. You got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Randy came out with Jelly Roll. Drew came out with your um not Jogan, not Logan.
Logan
Jake
Paul,
Paul.
yeah.
This is
Uh, no, Logan
Logan.
Paul. Jake
Yeah,
is
Logan
Jake is
Paul.
boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Came out with Logan Paul. Orton wins this match, but obviously Jelly Roll gets involved a little bit as well too. Once Logan hops in, starts beating up. I'm kind of impressed with Jelly Roll, as you said the week before. He's lost some weight. He's actually went on shows and talks about his time in the ring training for this, saying that he got to hang out with Kevin Owens, the Undertaker. They put him through like hours of working out, so they're getting him prepared for SummerSlam as it is, which was announced after this match. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew and Logan in the kind of wrestlers tag team match type of thing. Jelly Roll does get a Claymore to the face on Saturday Night Main Event, which I mean, you can see him like holding his hand up, protecting his face and everything. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, I got to give Jelly Roll credit. He's putting in the time and the work for this, and hopefully it pays off at SummerSlam. And this isn't some just hokey ass, celebrity wrestler match gimmick that they're trying to put on.
Right. I do agree with that. And yeah, Jelly Roll, shout out to Jelly Roll. He's doing good work. I don't mind his part in this whole thing. Um, I did not want that match for SummerSlam though. Like why you can do so many other things with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre right now. Like just why,
Mhm.
dog? And I do not appreciate how they jobbing out Drew. Justice for Drew McIntyre because this dog reward this man. He carried in 2024. Like I'm over it, dog. Like y'all keep doing Drew Bold, man, but it is what it is. They want to get the celebrity spot off, and WWE is putting all their money behind Jelly Roll right now, seeing that Travis Scott kind of fell through. Because more and more reports have come out that he had a deal in place and it didn't go as planned, and maybe he's backed out of
Mm.
anything, and that includes WWE 2K25 and everything that they may
Ah,
have had planned going forward. The reasons for that we still don't technically know. People are alluding to the fact that it may be because of the Astro World doc. I saw the doc. I didn't think it was that damning of Travis Scott.
and it wasn't
But
his
we are,
fault. They're like, I seen the
yeah,
documentary as
like,
well too. Like, you can't blame him for people rushing one side of the gate. Like, come on.
yeah, dog. Like, I'm so glad you said that, JB. And not to break this into that discussion, but like,
Yeah.
I when the incident happened, I kind of felt like that. But after seeing the doc, it's like, dog, y'all got to cut my man a break, bro. Like, and I get he might not be the best person, like, because I do hear stuff that he may not be the best person in the world, but
Mm.
like blaming him for that is kind of crazy, bro. And the fact that he even was able to see one person passed out in the
Yeah.
crowd on the other side of where the shit was actually going down at. Do you know how hard it is to be on stage in front of that many fucking people? One, have to manage the show. You got to make sure you hitting your spots, you doing your set right, and then you just happen to miraculously see somebody passed out in the crowd, and you did. Oh, hey, let's get somebody over there. You had to stop in the middle and try to like get back on track with your show. Like that, bro. It's not his. I hate to say it, but it's not his job, bro. Like his
It's
job is to
not.
go out there and perform. I'm more
It's
the
not.
Live Nation people need to be
Yes.
fucking locked up
Yes.
because they fucking knew about this. They knew about it. And they
That's what I
just
was gonna
said,
say.
fuck
That's what
it.
I was gonna say next.
Bro, y'all had no control of this shit from start to finish. Y'all was letting people run in, hop the gate at the start. And then the way y'all had the fucking formation of the people coming in set up, like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, it's Travis Scott. Like, his fucking fan base is nuts. Like, fucking, they are fucking insane. Like, that whole shit is like, and like I said, I ain't trying to go off in
Yeah,
that tangent,
yeah.
but that doc kind of pissed me off. I'm like, bro, yeah, man, y'all need to let him breathe a little bit. Like that shit was crazy. But
That shit was not his fault. Like you said, Live Nation is the ones that needs to be locked up and take responsibility for this because hell, the venue size itself, you were over capacity. Like, come on now.
and knew you were and proceeded anyway. Like I hate when companies get away with shit like that. That's so weak, bro. Like, ugh. But that's what happened when you got money and you the only show in town. Like, especially once they explain like Live Nation kind of dominates all live
Yeah, they really
performances
do.
around the world. Yeah, they the WWE of live of sporting events. Like they of live events. Like they a monopoly. And yeah, it's nasty work. It's just nasty work, and we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I did not want to see this tag team match planned. I felt like they were leaning into Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul, and I would have been cool with that. But I do understand with celebrities, and Logan Paul is a little different because he is an actual active wrestler on the roster. Jelly Roll, you want to take care of him, make sure he don't get hurt. And with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, two veterans of the game, being in there with both of those guys, like the match is going to go over without too many issues, hopefully. And
Mm.
you got to take care of Jelly Roll. That's the main thing. And of course, you want to entertain the fans and give them some kind of entertainment for all the Jelly Roll fans out there. So it is what it is. They ain't the match I wanted to see for SummerSlam, but this match on this card, it was standard. Like I said, you kind of expected it. The RKO out of nowhere is kind of they overplay it so much. It's like it's coming, but they
Yeah.
keep trying to frame it as out of nowhere. Like that's the only thing I don't like about the RKO out of nowhere. That's the only thing I don't like about that. But besides that, I'm at Randy, my dog, Drew, my dog, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
And even though I might have lost Travis Scott, I don't know if you've seen this, but apparently, Cardi B is your, I guess, host of
SummerSlam host.
SummerSlam. Well,
Yeah,
now they're
because it's
trying
in
to
New
make,
Jersey.
yeah, now they're trying to make her into a storyline. They're trying to bring
And
her into a storyline.
that's where you lose me. And no offense to Cardi B, I love Cardi B, but it's just like that's where just leave her as the host, and that's cool. Like just do that. Like you don't need to involve her in those stories. I don't want to see her have matches. Like I'm good, and I love Cardi. I get it. She got a album set to drop, and this is part of her rollout too. So this is why they trying to involve her as much as possible. It's business. Like, yeah, I get it, but it's just like I don't need to see her in the ring in no capacity besides being a host.
I
And she
look,
gonna be a fire host. Like I know, some sector of WWE fans will hate because they not in tune with the
they don't
culture.
know the music. Yeah.
Yeah, they not in tune with the culture, and they may have an idea of who Cardi B is and whatever. But Cardi B is going. She is. I love her charisma. She is going to be a great actual host for the event. But I would have just left it at that. That's all.
Yeah, just do host shit. But I guarantee you that Shawn Michaels was the one who brought this idea to the table. I
Hey, my
guarantee
boy
you.
Sean
I
is.
guarantee
Hey,
Shawn.
Sean tapped in. My boy HBK tapped in. No, I'm not mad at it. He tapped in with the culture, bro. I fuck with HBK, bro. He's so tapped to the culture, bro. Oh, he give us what we want, bro. I respect him for that. I respect him so much for that.
Man, shout out to
He
Shawn
put
Michaels.
sexy red on and made her look decent on WWE programming.
Oh my
Like
god.
this, I knew it was real then, bro. I knew it was real then because she did, bro. Her appearance wasn't that bad. Like people were trying to make it seem it wasn't that bad, bro. She
It
had a
really
decent
wasn't.
appearance.
It really wasn't. I had my my doubts about it, but no, Sean put her up for a good spot and made her look good in NXT. So I got to give him credit, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we can go on to the next match. There's only what 2 matches left on
Yeah,
this card.
there's only two more matches on this one. This one, I mean, it didn't even go through all the way. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. Seth ends up suffering the knee injury. It was serious when like LA Knight is trying to like push forward through the match, and like Seth is like, no, chill, back up, man. This is real right now.
Right.
And he's talking to
Started
Paul
talking to
Heyman
Heyman.
in the
Yeah.
corner. Medic team comes over, checks him out. Obviously, he probably gives LA Knight the sign of like, let's just do this, end it real quick so I can get back to the back because I'm really hurting. But afterwards, you can kind of see Knight a little upset the performance because I think there was a little bit more that he wanted to do and accomplish in that match. And honestly, I heard somewhere that it was in for Seth to like fake a knee injury so he could be out and then make a surprise appearance later on at the next premium live event.
Word.
Yeah.
So wait, so because I heard this. So you saying it's an element to maybe this is a work?
So it was an element to it being a work, and then it turned into a serious thing that now is
Oh
no longer a
wow,
work. So now it's like
that's
a
crazy.
real thing.
What the fuck are the
What a
odds
twist.
of?
Like,
But just give me your overall thoughts, and I'll go real quick.
I mean, it wasn't a bad match from what I saw. Like, I wanted to see more, but obviously, once the actual knee injury happened, it was like, oh shit, like, yeah, we got to kind of swerve and make some other changes to this as well too. That's why you got the gauntlet match on Monday Night Raw. Seth made a couple appearances on like the Rich Eisman show and said, "Yes, I am injured. My crutches are over there. I'm in a boot
Mm-hmm.
right now underneath this table." Like it, I mean, it got serious real quick, and you seen him hobbling out of the arena as well too because they did WWE did the typical thing whenever someone wins. It's like, all right, just pan to the crowd and like avoid the ring at all costs. So
Yeah, yeah. This is crazy because this one was the match of the night for me. And it was a really good. Like this one, I kind of got to see the whole. This was really good, bro. And this was a great showing for LA Knight, bro. And two things with this match. Of course, one of them I kind of touched on earlier in the show, but I hate to say that an injury is a good thing in any way, shape, or form. It definitely isn't. And you hate to see the match end like that. And like you said, you can always tell when they have the quick finish, like the whole move changed once he
mm,
landed and he went in the corner and started talking to Heyman and the ref. Like the whole that you can just tell the physiology, as Neil say, shout out to him. The whole energy in the arena shifted because you can kind
yeah,
of tell, like, oh yeah, he might actually be hurt. And LA Knight didn't notice it at first, but once the ref kind of gave him, yeah, he really fucked up. You can tell he was kind of distraught by that. Of course, you never want that to happen, bro. But overall, this was a good match. I heard that LA Knight was planning to lose, like, of course. And this is where I say it might be a good thing because Knight needed this, and I feel like he deserves this dub. And I feel like now that Seth may be out of the picture for a while, you can now put that emphasis on LA Knight and push him properly, bro, because he is improving, bro. He is really, really improving in the ring. And he's over, bro. Like he can't not be over, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fans fuck with him. And I feel like he's hitting a point now to where he's probably the most comfortable he's ever been in and promo wise. Like he is really hitting on all cylinders. And I just don't want WWE to waste that. So if I hate this had to come at this expense, but I feel like because of the way it kind of went down and the way LA Knight is positioned right now, it's gonna put more, it's gonna force WWE's hand to put more of a push behind him. And
Mm-hmm.
me and you both big LA Knight fans. That's what I
Oh
want
yeah.
to see for LA Knight. Because at least deserves a crack at it. And just see how it goes. Now, if he's not a good champion, we'll approach that. But like, he deserves it for the work he's put in over these last couple years, and just the fans love him, bro. Like we fuck with LA Knight heavy, bro, and his promos, he give you that attitude era feel with just his style. I look, bro. LA Knight he can do no wrong. I don't care how many times he botch or fucking fuck up a promo. I don't care. Like that's my dog. I rock with him.
Dude, I don't care either. Like I rock with LA Knight. He is a guy. I agree with you. I do want to see him at least get a shot at this. If he's not good, okay, fine. You can adjust from there, but at least give him that shot and that opportunity. I did hear as well that they're trying to make Braun Breaker that guy as well too. So maybe this is his kind of rise as you see Seth out for the next 4 to 5 months. That Braun Breaker kind of breaks out of this unnamed faction to be like a big leader and a big dog in this.
Yeah,
So, but
that's another good thing to come out of this too, is like it forces WWE's hand to kind of get creative, because he is the money in the bank holder, bro. Like that is a big deal. And you were kind of relying on Seth to be at the top of the storylines, especially with John Cena shit kind of winding down. You were expecting
mm,
Seth to be right next up. So this is going, like, remember when I told you last episode, like, the Mr. Kennedy storyline when he had the money in the bank,
yep,
and he kind of ended up losing it halfway through the year that he had it. He ended up putting it up in the match and losing it. I feel like there's so much like creative storytelling that can come out of this. Like you said, this can be the official rise of Braun Breaker. Like, because now Seth not around, so that creates a problem. And yeah, he the visionary. Yeah, he all this, but he ain't here. So, and Paul Heyman, like he got to do something. He has to do something with this briefcase. So I'm interested to see what they do with the briefcase. I'm interested to see what they do with Braun and my man, what's his name? The other guy.
um, Bronson Reed.
Yeah, Bronson Reed. I'm interested because I like him a lot too. I would maybe put him in the mid card scene, but I do like his work, bro. I think they need to kind of freshen them up, because they were getting to a point where they were starting to get a little stale quick.
Yeah,
And it's because, one, you kind of had a plan coming out the gate, but it got stagnant. You didn't have a name for this faction, and y'all was pretty much doing the same promo every week. So it was kind of like, all right. Now I did like them mixing it up with LA Knight and getting involved with that, but it needed a new flavor. And now that Seth, even though he was the head of this thing, he's gonna be out. Like, this provides a whole new element as to what the fuck is gonna happen with the briefcase. And because I feel like you gotta put it on someone, to someone else, because Seth out probably a too long of a time to just have the Paul Heyman hang on to it till he gets back. Like, that makes no sense. I think you want to have a cash in before WrestleMania, and like, or maybe even the Royal Rumble, and you got to find something to do with it.
yeah. You got to find someone to do with it. If he's out for like 4 or 5 months, if that's the real timeline, like you can't just sit in here and have this briefcase just hanging out in the back just for no reason. Like you have to do something with it. So I'm really
Right.
is like where they go from here with that. But Ron Breaker is a good step forward in the right direction if WWE can just put some faith behind them and just push them in the right way.
No, absolutely. And my last point on this match is just Seth, man. It's unfortunate, bro. You hate to see that. Is that didn't he? I can't remember when he got injured 10 years ago. I think it was his knee. I don't know if
It
that's the
was.
same knee. It's the same exact knee.
I,
Shit,
I
god
don't
damn, man.
I don't it's the same exact name because I feel like before it was his left, and I think this one is his right.
Okay. So, but that's even, and that you hate to see
Yeah,
that too, because that, but my whole point, because I saw a lot of internet chatter like about this, and like a lot of people saying like why, 10, and it's crazy, almost 10 years to the day that you injured yourself before, kind of under the same circumstances. You were in the middle of a big push. I believe it was during the time that he had the disciple thing going on with Buddy Matthews and my man's I forgot who, Austin Theory. I think he was part of it
mm,
too. But yeah, that's kind of, I think that was when he got injured in 2015, and it was kind of a similar injury. It was the knee. He was doing like a high flying spot, and it's just like you at that point in your career. Not saying that you old, by any means, you are
yeah,
older. It's just like at a certain point, it's got to become like the Kenny Omega Okada, like you gotta adjust your style, bro. And I kind of agree with some of the fan chatter around that, because it's like, dog, we don't want to see you go down. And Seth is such a big character, and it just seemed like well, I ain't gonna say it just seemed like these was 10 years apart, but this has happened before in the same kind of manner. So it's just like, dog, like you got to go to the drawing board, and maybe you do less of these spots. But it's fucked up because that's primarily what his style is.
hmm
um and it's just tough, bro. I do wonder coming back what Seth is going to look like, because I feel like he do got to go back to the drawing board and kind of realize, all right, maybe I need to take a few less risk in some of these matches, bro. Like, it always looks good. You are one of the best at doing these spots, but at the same time, bro, you just father time catch up with everybody. And
yeah,
maybe it's just at that point to where you gotta kind of tone it down in some ways. Like, you ain't
yeah,
gotta tone it down across the board. You still Seth freaking Rollins. We still like you. He can still go. Like, make no mistake, he can still go. But it's just you in some areas, bro, that you can avoid shit like this. You might have to tone it down.
yeah. Is the risk worth the reward? And honestly, I feel like once he comes
Right.
back, you might want to just these two moves that involve you like flipping over somebody just because you don't want to see this happen again, man. You don't want to be out another 4 or 5 months and then questioning the simple fact is if you can still go with these knees. Like, come on now.
Yeah, and if it's both knees, now you got two bad knees. Like, it's just you got to start switching some shit up, bro. And all the greats have had to do it across their career, bro. Especially when they incurred serious injuries. So, like I can go down to Sting, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. Like, just
Yeah, there's a
eventually it's
list.
just it's yeah, it's a long list, bro. And we don't want to see you end up like they ended up. Like, and Sting notwithstanding, because he got older and went to AEW and did some death defying shit for a 50-year-old. So he kind of excluded. But Stone Cold, his career ended because of that shit. And he didn't even have a crazy fucking style. But if some of the bumps he was taking was kind of like it fucked him up over time.
Yeah,
And like I said, Shawn Michaels, the bad back, he couldn't do a lot of the shit that young, flashy Shawn Michaels could do. So his second run, he had to change it up. He was still Shawn Michaels, but he had to change it up. So it's just like, yeah, like, it's just that's all. That's it. That's all. And now we can get to the evolution card. But overall, this was
oh, I was gonna say you still had the one last match, which we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's
Goldberg.
Gunther
Yeah.
versus Goldberg weight championship. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. It was cool seeing the Goldberg entrance once again. He's still my guy, but honestly, we knew what was going to happen out of this match. I just thought it was a cheap way. I didn't like the finish. I thought it was really cheap, just choking him out. Gunther choking Goldberg out. Like, come on, you could have done something else to at
It
least
was the
send
best.
Goldberg off in this match, and then the simple fact that they cut his speech short on live TV just sucked as well too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, my bad. But the way that I had a couple gripes with this, but mainly like that was the best way for him to go out without making him look weak. And I do get it. I didn't necessarily like the choke out either, and it's crazy because I think the last time he wrestled it was against Roman, I believe, and that
Yeah,
was the way to Roman too. He got choked out. that's the best way for somebody like of Goldberg's stature and the type of character that he is. That's the best way for him to go, because you don't want to pin him and kind of makes him look weak. You don't want to make him actually physically tap, because that makes him look weak. The pass out is kind of like the cheap way out, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the best way to execute it. But I agree. It wasn't what I wanted to see for his last go around, but what it is. I did hear a lot of internet chatter about like the full length match, because I didn't see the full length match, but a lot of people were complaining because there was ads like up and down this fucking match, and then they added into the fucking retirement speech. Like what? Like how do you do that? Like why do you have an ad break in the middle of Goldberg's retirement speech? Like that's weak, bro. I don't vibe with that at all. And then the retirement speech was a very, very heartfelt speech. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was like at least 10 minutes long. Like they let him get his shit off, and rightfully so. Is Goldberg, legend in the game. We're to say what you want about him, legend in the game, one of the great wrestlers of a certain period. And it just, yes, he wasn't the most technical worker. Yes, it wasn't always pretty, but the character Goldberg will be remembered throughout wrestling forever, bro. And that I loved his entrance, besides the fact that they didn't have the police. And I get
Yeah.
it, like, that was bro, bro, that's what made the entrance cold, bro. Like he was going out with the fucking police. But I did get it, like they had Doug Dillinger knock on the door, and for
Yeah,
people
they
that
had
don't know, that
security
was the old
WCW. Yeah.
WCW head of security. That was fire. And then he walked out with Gage Goldberg, maybe future WWE superstar Gage Goldberg,
Mm.
because he did this his backup plan if football don't work. But he walked out with his son. He walked out with my man, the cat. I forgot
I
his
thought
actual
that was
name.
Ernest Miller. I thought that was
Yeah,
him.
Ernest Miller. Yep. That was him. That was him. I guess he's a close friend to Goldberg, so I had no problem with that. BJ Penn, one of my favorite UFC fighters of all time. He had BJ Penn with him. Man, the wars with him and GSP, dog. Oh my god,
Oh,
bro. That I love me some BJ Penn, bro. I kind of liked him more than GSP for that
really?
reason, because he had some wars with him, dog.
Really? All right, man. Damn, we got to get into that a little bit more too, man. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I know GSP your guy, but he
Yeah,
is the
GSP is
bro.
my guy.
I have always given the slight edge to BJ Penn over GSP, bro. And hey, sue me. But no, we could definitely discuss this on a future episode, because they both goats. They both goats.
Yeah,
But no, shout out BJ Penn. It was nice seeing him. But after that, after he did drugs and shit, had the rest of the entrance with the fucking police escorting him to the perimeter. Because that's what made that shit fire, bro. The fucking police escort to the ring. But no, and I heard that the match itself, like Goldberg went out there and had a good showing, because we've had problems with that before, maybe Goldberg missing some spots. You don't want to see nobody getting hurt. So it was good that Goldberg was still able to go out there, execute the moves clean. The jackhammer was clean. Some of the spears, even though they were very low, they were hit pretty well, and he had a pretty solid match from what I could tell. I just don't jive with the finish. The finish was what it was, and I
yeah,
don't jive with all the ads through somebody's retirement match and somebody's retirement speech. Like that shit is weak. Like how you gonna do that to one of your legends?
yeah. He definitely didn't deserve that, and he's now going on like busted open in radio. Is he's super upset at WWE about the whole thing. So who knows what'll happen
It
after this?
it wasn't a good look, bro. Like it
It
didn't
was
turn
not.
out the way it was supposed to turn out. Like from start to damn near finish. But you can kind of tell that this was a last minute move by WWE. Like they should have
Mhm.
been playing. This was a WrestleMania type of plan out that y'all could have did with this, and instead it ended up on Saturday night's main event, and you got what you got. So, and it's a shame Goldberg had to go out in this fashion, this manner. Um, but it is what it is, bro. They don't always go clean. But yeah, this was not well put together, and I just got to be honest about it. It just was not well put together by WWE, and it's a shame, because Goldberg is definitely a legend in the sport.
I agree with you. So what are you giving this on a 3 count?
I was really struggling between a one and a two. It's it. I a one, dog. And once again, WWE, we love you. We really do. And I'm about to glaze your next event. So just stay tuned. If you anybody in the press that's watching this shit, trying to get a gauge, just stay tuned, goddamn it, because we about to glaze the next one. But yeah, I gotta get us a one. One because the Seth injury kind of took the steam out of that match, and just the execution of the Goldberg retirement, it wasn't that great. And then when you add in the other two matches, it was kind of just like standard. It wasn't anything that was like blowing me away. Like you said, AEW was still on after this went off. And
Yeah.
that was a smart strategy by Tony Khan. Like, just keep the shit rolling. Hey, when y'all get done with that, just come on back. Like,
Come on back.
it's smart, bro. It's
Come
smart. I
on back.
gotta give credit where it's due. It's smart, dog. But yeah, I gotta get us the one tap. Unfortunately, I tried to give it a two. I gotta give it a one.
Nah, I gotta give it a one as well. As you said, I think with the Seth injury, just kind of to air out of the whole event, and then it was like the Goldberg thing was just a letdown, a mistake that went on and happened. I don't know what happened. We'll probably never get the answers to this as well too. But as you said, WWE, we love you. Just this was not a good look, a good move for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to Goldberg too, man. If this is the last time, we appreciate your service. Absolutely, bro.
Well, let's get into Evolution that took place on Sunday. Evolution 2, the second all women PLE event, opened the night with Katy Perry doing a introduction with Joe Tessitore, and you also got Stephanie McMahon to come out and basically say, welcome to Evolution 2. You guys asked for it. We're putting it on again for you. Hopefully, you all enjoy it. And to open the night, you had Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyrie for that women's Intercontinental Championship. KG, you already know how I feel about Lyra. She's just not my cup of tea. I do think the money is in Bayley versus Lyra coming up in the next couple matches, probably premium live events. But Becky Lynch steals this one, and I feel like she wasn't really involved a lot in this match. This kind of just seemed like a match between Bayley and Lyra. Like Becky was just
Yeah,
kind of on the outside of this, just waiting to jump in and get her turn in here and there. So it wasn't a bad match, but I would have kind of liked to have seen more from this. Obviously, I knew you're not taking the title off of Becky. It's you just put it on her. So Becky gets
yeah,
the
we
win in
called it.
this one, and I'm hopeful to see a little bit more of Bayley versus Lyra. See where they go with this. Maybe it could change my opinion on Lyra in these upcoming matches. Who knows?
Yep. JB called it. Shout out
Shout
Pete.
out to Pete, man.
JB called it.
Let Pete
Nah,
cook.
this was arguably the best match of the night. And I felt like Lyra put on a great showcase in this one. Like, for anybody that may have been on the fence for Lyra, I felt like this was a really good way to get into Lyra the wrestler, because once again, maybe she needs some work with the character and the promos. She got it in the ring, bro. Like, you cannot take nothing away from her in the ring, and she is holding her own in there with two legends. Like, and I felt like she was a big feature in this match. She had a lot of good spots in this match. The money, I do agree with you that the money is in Bayley and Becky because of the WrestleMania fiasco that kind of happened. You can easily play off them two, and of course them being part of the four horsewomen and the history and all that blah blah blah. So yeah, no, that the money is in them, and it does bring a light to the women's intercontinental title. So, but Lyra has to have some place in this toward the end. I do like the Lyra Bayley dynamic, because they kind of supposed to be on the same side, but you can tell that they starting to get a little chippy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do like the fact that, and we kind of getting a more focused, determined Bayley,
Yes.
kind of a more
Yes.
serious Bayley. And I love that. I love that for Bayley, man. I love when she goes out there and does because I like Bayley as a when she finally turned heel, bro. I was so happy. That's what really made fully buy in to Bayley, because she was always great, don't get me wrong, but it was just that fucking hugger gimmick. I couldn't stand
I
it,
hated
because
that
I
so
knew
much.
that was that was a Vince creation. Let me not say WWE. That was a Vince fucking creation. And it was something that he was trying to do to sell kids merch. And I get it. Like, but once she went serious, Bayley, that's when I fully hopped in. And like, I like this return to kind of serious Bailey and her kind of being on a war path right now, and her being chippy as fuck with Becky. And even Becky, like at first her little comeback was a little stagnant, but now she's starting to get some juice after a really good match. The last pay-per-view with or last PLE, should I say, with Lyra. They had a slobber knocker, as JR would say, in that last PLE. And now seeing that and what's going on now, like I kind of like this Becky embracing the heel side, basing like the Becky Hogan, like the fan had the little sign when she was leaving the exit ramp and shit like that. I kind of like that she embracing the Becky Hogan shit, and it's kind of bringing new life to what we can expect from her. So yeah, nah, good on these ladies, bro. This was a great opening match, and I felt like arguably the match of the night. Like it ain't too many matches that was better than this, to be honest with you. Like, and the other ones was good. That's not to take away from any of the other
Yeah.
matches. Every match on this card was a banger. Literally, there was not, you could not go wrong on this card. Everything was good, but this was great. I really like this match.
Everything was good, and yeah, I probably got to give it to you as well too. Like this is arguably one of the matches of the night because all the ladies showed out as well too. I'm really liking like what they'll go with and what direction they'll go with this as well too. Because as you said, Becky Lynch, she can't be the man anymore. Like that gimmick is done, is over with, it's ran its course. You got to do something else, and she's fully embracing this Becky. So shout out to her, man.
Becky Hogan. She
Becky
Becky
Hogan.
Hogan now, man. I'm officially dubbing this run Becky Hogan, man. Like, cause she kind of leaning into it, bro, and it's working. So yeah, so far so good. It at first it was a little slow, but now they kind of got some cooking. So just keep it's good on WWE. I think this storyline is good enough to carry into SummerSlam, and let's see how it play out.
Let's see how it plays out. Next up, you had the NXT Women's Championship. JC Jane versus my girl, Jordan Grace. In this one, obviously, Fatal Attraction was at ringside for JC Jane, and Blake
Yep.
Monroe accompanied out Jordan Grace. And you got the turn from Blake
Finally,
Monroe against
finally.
Jordan Grace. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I saw this shit coming, bro. I seen this shit coming. Like
How do
coming
you not?
from coming from AEW and the whole Tony Storm being buddy, and then that switch. I was like, nah, I see this shit
She's
turning so quick,
she's
man.
she's not good. She's a born heel, a natural born
Yes,
heel, bro.
yes.
Yes.
Her playing goody goody and like, oh, I'm the sweet, badass chick. No, I was like, nah, this ain't happening. But the way they pulled it off was kind of impressive as well, too. Her somewhat helping, but also taking the belt and then just whipping it across her back. Like, geez, that was pretty rough. And then obviously Jordan Grace lost. JC, still your champion. I don't know who Blake Monroe goes after next. Do you take after Jordan Grace or do you go straight for the NXT Women's title?
I think they gonna probably sidetrack her with Jordan Grace because Jordan Grace got to get her lick back, and eventually Jordan Grace is gonna get her. She'll like believe me, they gonna put a title on that girl. But
Mm.
um, as of right now, they kind of building up, and I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I'm impressed by JC Jane because I was on the fence about her, and when she won the title, it was a shock win. Nobody really expected it. But
Yeah.
like, I kind of like her as champion for right now. I don't think the long term plan is to keep it on her,
No,
but
no.
she impressed me in this match. I'm not gonna lie to you, she really did impress me in this match.
No, I think the long term goal is not to keep it on her. Obviously, I think they'll put it on Jordan Grace, but then again, I don't know because like the rumor is they could be pushing her to go to the main roster, but it's like you didn't give her any time in NXT to fully kind of embrace the title and embrace her role that she had there. If you're just gonna just throw on the main roster to somewhat, help out the women's division over there. So I don't know. I would love to see her stick around a little bit more, but I think it's definitely going to be Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace at whatever
Right.
NXT's next PLE is thing that they'll have.
Yeah, but eventually she will be back in the title picture. But even if they don't, make no, you don't have to win the NXT women's title to make you better on the main roster. Like, because there's some women right now that you can call up and they'll probably be fine as long as you have stuff for them to do. And by those women, I'm talking about like Jada Parker. Oh, I love Jada Parker. Jada
Shout out
Parker.
to Jada Parker.
And Miss Parker,
Miss
Miss
Parker.
Parker. Um, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. She ready to come up. Lash Legend, who we'll talk more about a little bit later. She one of them ladies. Soka is another one.
Hmm.
And Jordan Grace would be in that camp too of just women that if you push them right now and put them on that main roster, they'll probably do fine. And without having a prominent run with in NXT or even as the NXT champion. So, but we'll see. We'll see what's coming up. But this was a good swerve. Blake Monroe absolutely needs to be a heel. Like that was, like you said, we see that coming a mile away. Her heel gonna be toned down, and I know it's gonna irritate me though.
It
It's
is
gonna
gonna be
irritate me.
so irritating. Just the freedom that she had in AEW, she no longer has that with WWE, especially
Yeah.
over in NXT. Like you're not gonna be able to do some of the things you used to. So it just sucks, especially given that they're on what the CW or something like that. You know they're not gonna let a lot of this stuff fly.
Yeah. But I do like Blake Monroe. She kind of made her, she didn't join Fatal Influence, but she kind of made it known, like, yeah, I'm out for myself. So he'll probably be going after JC Jane too. Maybe you get a triple threat match at the next NXT takeover event that they have. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Next up, you got the women's tag team match, Raquel and Roxanne versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and Sol Ruka and Zarya versus the Kabuki Warriors. Um, I was kind of shocked by it as well too. Like Charlotte Flair and
Really?
Alexa Bliss teaming up together. Like it sounds interesting, but also when Alexa tagged in Charlotte Flair, like she got a pop in the arena, bro. And I was so confused
I've
because
never heard it.
we were so just set on like them booing the shit out of this woman, and now the hugest pop I have ever heard for her getting a hot tag. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess we're back on the Charlotte train now. I mean, it is what it is. Well, and Roxanne still end up winning this one. They still got the titles on them, but I still don't know where you go from here with them without Liv, and like, are you officially kicking out Liv now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, 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 they are. But I like that though. I like that they still cooking with Roxanne and Raquel because one is long overdue for Raquel, and I understand she had to get a little bit better, but like I like that they are putting money into that because there is money in that when Liv comes back.
Yeah,
And Roxanne kind of moseying her way into the Judgment Day, although she wasn't supposed to be there.
yep,
So, but no, this was a entertaining match, start to finish for me. Um, I do feel like you got the proper winners. And I did, the last episode or two, I told you, from the promos and shit that they was doing on SmackDown that WWE had a restoration plan for Charlotte Flair. And I told you that I didn't think it was gonna work. And
that's
right now,
too
I
wrong.
got it. As of right now, I have to eat my words. But this is only the first real experiment that we done seen, and I think a high evolution crowd did kind of play into it because the fans shout out to the fans, bro. They show up and show out for these women's evolution cards, and
Hmm.
rightfully so because the women deserve that love. But like, yeah, like, but bro, I've never heard Charlotte Flair get cheered the way they were saying we want Charlotte, bro. Like we want Flair,
Bro,
and the
that was
woos was
wild.
crazy. Like I've never. This is you talk about a woman that was out damn near a year and came back at the Royal Rumble and still didn't get a pop. Like you know how hard that is to do for a wrestler, a prominent wrestler, to be gone for damn near a year and come back in the Royal Rumble. They all will almost always get cheered, bro. Even
Hmm.
if they a heel, they almost always get cheered. So yeah, dog, that was crazy. I've never heard Charlotte get cheered that loud, and that's saying something because she's been around for a minute now. So it's like that was crazy. But if whatever they doing with her and Alexa, it seems to be working. I still think they can do a little more with it, or I'm just interested, I guess, to see what the next phase of it is. But so far so good, I guess. Like it's working. I don't think I'm still on that Charlotte as a face. Is and I promise I'm not trying to outright hate, bro, but it's I just don't see it long term because my problem is all right, you got her with Alexa to get her cheer, right? When
Hmm.
you pull her away from Alexa, what the fuck's gonna happen?
You gonna get the booze right back.
it's gonna revert to the same shit because she's not good. It's been tested. She is not good as just a face. Her character doesn't work with that. But once again, they could be making some adjustments to her character, so I'm open to it. I am open to it, but I just don't think I still am just not sold on it working, and that's my big problem with it.
Like,
I'm just not sold. Like Alexa is gonna be cool because it's Alexa and she was involved with the Wyatt Six. Like she always gonna be good, but it's
yeah,
Charlotte, bro. They are really only cheering because you have put her with Alexa Bliss.
it's either that or like I don't want this sounds bad the way I'm going to say it, but is it sympathy boost? Because she recently had a review talking about the whole Tiffany Stratton promotion that went on between them two, and she was kind of basically kind of airing out her life, her personal life, and I don't know if people kind of took to that as well too, after this match, but who knows? Like it was just weird for me hearing the cheers once again because like everybody was on this whole boo train for this woman for the longest period of time since she came back from the Rumble, and now you got this. I'm confused. So it's cool that she's with Alexa and Alexa is helping her out, but as you said too, how far will that get you?
Right. Because yeah, after that, after you break them up, it's just like I don't want to see it go back to the same. And maybe WWE is trying to learn and trying to adjust on the fly. And like I said, for the women's evolution event, so far so good. But I just feel like that's not a good gauge because that is a real crowd for them women's evolution shows. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
But um, we'll see. We'll see going forward. I am open to what they're gonna do. But like I said, it's been proven at this point that it don't work. But I could be wrong. But and the personal element, I do get it. Like people go through shit. And I do get that. And maybe it was an element of the sympathy boos or sympathy cheers because she was going through a lot, bro. Like she
Yeah,
just coming off a divorce too. She worked at the same company, the same show as her ex-husband. Like I'm not, she like everybody go through shit. You never know what somebody going through, and maybe she didn't want the way this Tiffany shit to go down, but she has a track record of doing that. So that's where you kind of like it's hard to feel bad for her because she has had a past track record of doing that.
yeah, exactly. Moving on, you had Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratton for the women's WWE Championship. Um, still a good match. Track can still go as it is. I don't think she
Thank
fully
you, Trish.
retired. Yeah, I don't think she fully retired at the end of this match, but like she took a moment to, kind of look around in the arena, kind of second guessing it a little bit, but still didn't really say anything, but it kind of felt like her retirement as well too. Tiffany won this match clean. I think that was like one of the prettiest moonsaults I've seen her do in a while. I honestly thought they
Got
would
to
come
on
out
the legend.
I honestly thought they were going to come out looking like the same person. Like I thought they were going to come out like similar outfits a little bit because I feel like the white and gold was like her thing as well too. So it's like I don't know. They might have came out like that, but Trish can still go. I mean, I don't think this is the end for Trish right now. I don't know if WWE has any future plans for her, but I feel like she would still be up to do something else. But it was nice to see the legend back in action once again. Obviously, Tiffany gets the win. Moving on to the bigger, better. Who knows what that could be next for her, though.
Yeah, no, veteran Trish has had some great runs, bro. That thank you Trish run that she had last year or the year before that, I can't remember, but it was recent. The thank you Trish run was great. She still looks good. She be getting that itch. That's why she keep hopping back in the ring because she still
Mm-hmm.
get that itch and she can still go, bro. Like man, she is almost as timeless as Tony Storm because it's just like, bro, she can still like go for real with some of these younger women, and I love to see it, and I want to see more of her. Like I've always been a fan of Trish for obvious reasons growing up, but like no, she's always been a great talent, and it's I love this iteration of Trish, the veteran Trish, and she is just you can't do no wrong with her, and the fans are gonna love her. It's whether she's heel or face. Tiffany looked great in this match. Give her a shout out. She looked absolutely great in this match. She took care of the legend. Like you said, the moonsault was really good. She's doing good as a champion. She's having a decent run. I wouldn't say it's an
Yeah.
extraordinary run, but she's having a pretty good run with the title. Um, and seeing that the Money in the Bank kind of played out differently than we thought, it does kind of leave you wondering, okay, what's next for her? Because her as a face, I still don't know the long term money in that. The fans seem to still be in on Tiffany Stratton. So, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But y'all got to find some more opponents for her.
Yes, you must find some more opponents for this woman. Next up, a match I was kind of impressed with as well too. You had Jade Cargill versus Naomi in the no holds barred match. I was thinking in my head this was going to be completely one sided for Jade, but no, Naomi was in there. She got her lick. I gotta respect Naomi as well too. I
Blood
love
feud.
the drop kick when she was up against the announce table and the TV. She broke the TV. I was like, oh shit, all right, go
Yeah,
ahead,
they got
Naomi.
to it.
So shout out to the Queen of the Ring. Jade still ends up winning this match, and I think that was the right move to still keep her strong as a Queen of the Ring. Naomi, you still had the briefcase at that point in time, but I don't think she needed that win right then and there. Although she did get her win later on at the end of the night. So shout out to
Exactly.
Jade once again for winning this match, dominating. I like I said, I thought it was going to be just all one sided with Jade, but no, they made it a very entertaining match.
No, this was arguably match of the night as well. I fight between this one and that triple threat match at the beginning for match of the night, because it was just great, bro. It was really like this was a point for Jay Cargill, and once again, for anybody with criticisms, like these last two showings that she's had, you can tell she's improving. Like, y'all just got to give her some time to cook. But the money is in Jade going forward, and WWE is finally pushing her and pulling the trigger on her. So she's gonna get better as this thing goes along. But this was another just great showing from her in a different kind of scenario, because we haven't seen her in like a no holds bar type situation where
Mm-hmm.
weapons are involved and shit like that. She looked great, bro. The trash can spot, table spots was good. Get the fucking Slim Jim logos off the tables, will you please? But yeah, this
I'm tell you,
the overall, this was a great showing. Naomi looked good as well. And the forgotten element, and the reason I'm still on this shit today, I couldn't wait to talk to you about this. Bianca is still a factor, JB. And I promise you, dog. I promise you, she turned the heel, dog.
ah,
Once Jay get to the title, because I think she might. I'll listen. Jay might win the world championship at SummerSlam if they do Jay versus what they are. They doing Jay versus Tiffany Stratton. Jay might go over because Tiffany done had a decent little run right now. You would be justified in taking the strap off her, because that's the WWE do short title runs for people that they trying to figure out anyway.
mm-hmm.
So um she might win, bro. And eventually you got to come see Bianca, because she's still one of the top women in the division. So listen, man, don't be surprised, bro. Just when it happened, I just want my credit. That's it.
All right,
It's
all
just
right.
when it I'm still in, bro. I'm still Bianca is turning heel. Mark my fucking words, and it's probably gonna come out through the form of Naomi, and it's probably gonna be like, no, Bianca was on bullshit back then too. I swear, because the way they keep intertwining these women, like I like it though. I do like it a lot. Like Bianca showed perfect emotion as the special guest referee.
Yeah,
And then the reason I keep buying in, JB, is the looks, bro. Like the way Jade keeps looking at Bianca, and the way Bianca keeps looking at Jade, and the fact that they have not acknowledged each other at all. Like, have you realized that they have not
yeah.
acknowledged each other throughout
They
this
have
whole
not.
shit? They have not addressed anything in regards to them being friends again, or still, or going after the tag here, or none of that, bro. It's just been these looks. And Jade will look at her, Bianca will look at her back, and it'll just be that. They playing into some Trips is playing into something with that. And I
Mm,
do think he's doing a good job with it, because when Bianca turns, it's gonna be crazy. And I'm
yeah.
telling you, that's the logical. Like, Bianca been healed for forever. I mean, been faced for forever. Like, you gotta do something. And like, she can work as Bianca, but like, do something fresh with her, bro. I would love to see a Bianca heel turn at this point. I would.
I would love to see it. I just don't know if they're gonna do it, just because the simple fact that I feel like she's stuck in that Bailey syndrome right now, where it's like she's so over selling so much merch right now. It's like, don't wait too late on the heel turn for her. Do it right now while it's fresh. As you said, she's got this beef and this rival with Naomi and Bianca, this little triangle thing. So just do it now while you can, while you have that big opportunity.
And JB, I agree with you, but I got to call Cap because one, you pointed out Bailey. That's a perfect example. The most merch she ever sold was with the hugger gimmick. That
Mm,
was the peak of her merch selling abilities, and that
yeah,
is why WWE put her in the spot that they put her in. They gave her a heel turn, and guess what? It worked out perfect. The
but I
the
still think
ding
it was too
dong
late.
hello, the well, in it yeah, I mean, at the time they did it, it was like approaching COVID and all that. So yeah, it didn't get the full on proper shit that they did. But even still, like with Damage Control, they was a heel faction. Like she was a heel then too. So it's like, and I understand Damage Control, like it didn't play out the best, but at time they did have moments. And like Bailey was at the front of that, so like it can work, bro. Like even though she's selling a lot of merch right now, like y'all give her a turn. The fans still gonna support her. Yes, you're gonna break the hearts of a few little girls in the crowd and of a few children. And sometimes you got to do that. But that's what it's about. That's the name of the game. Shout out DMAC. It's all about the pop. It's all about the people, the reaction. And you're gonna get a good reaction, or you're gonna get a reaction period from Bianca because she's so over.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how he's out. I don't put it past him. I really don't. So I'm on you to this. If she turns, like I'm
It's coming,
texting you.
bro. Trust your boy.
I'm texting you. Uh, we
Trust
only
trust your boy.
we only got two more matches left out of Evolution 2. The Battle Royal for the women's title, for the world title shot at Clash in Paris. Stephanie Vicaire ends up winning this match. Um, we seen a bunch of people in this match as well too. A lot of people from NXT. Jada Parker
Yep.
was in this match. Last Legend, as you said a little bit earlier, as well too. I'm blanking on a lot of the names that were in this match, but everybody
Yeah,
was down
Nikki
for this match.
Bella. Yeah, it was pretty. It was a hodgepodge, bro. Like current women on the roster, a good mix of NXT women, and the NXT women stood out a lot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
make no mistake, they did a great job. Yeah, this match was fire, bro. This was a fire battle royal. You got, like you said, a lot of dynamics, but the big thing to me, and in the interest of time, we'll kind of just breeze through this one.
Yeah.
Lash Legend and Stephanie Vacure, man, I really wanted Lash to win that, and it's not just because she a sister, bro. Like she really stood out. She was the standout in this match to me, bro. Like she was looked great in all aspects, bro. Like some of the just the spots she was in, the moves she was doing. She made it down to the final two.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, bro, she was the absolute standout match. And no offense to Stephanie Vacure, she was great too, and a deserving winner. She is the deserving winner. I don't know if she was the right winner. I would have went with Lash, but Stephanie Vacure, we all know where her destiny is. She's going to
Oh yeah.
be a world champion. And she did a great job, bro. I love the finish doing her signature on the apron. It's just dog Lash looks so good in this match, bro. And I'm ready for her to one, move to the main roster, and two, get a good push once she gets to the main roster, because she gonna be a dog. You talk about a future world champion. If y'all play y'all cards right with Lash, she can be big time, bro. I really am impressed by Lash, and I love every time she go out, she good, but she really stood out.
I mean, she did stand out, and I got to give her credit as well too. Being the last two in this match, it obviously shows WWE that they do have confidence in her. Obviously, I think Stephanie Vicaire was your main winner of this to come out on top. I mean, her rocket is just on the way up, but it's impressive to see her be the for those two to be the last two in this match. So there are big things coming for Lash Legend, and I got to give her credit on it as well too. I didn't like her at first, but she is starting to grow on me.
Dog, she's always been cold. Like I hate that they cut Jakara Jackson too, because she had potential, and for obvious reasons, but she potential in ring as well, and she worked
Yeah.
really. The her and Lash dynamic was really. coming out of the faction that they was in with Noam Dar and my man Aura Mensa. So yeah, yeah, no, shout out to them, but great battle royal match, entertained throughout. Even Nikki Bella didn't look bad. It was nice seeing her back. Glad she didn't win, but you know, it was
Yep.
nice seeing her back, and I'm sure they gonna maybe involve her going forward. Maybe not full time, but she'll have some stuff going forward. But yeah, no, just great throughout. Great match throughout.
We getting up there, but our main event from Evolution, EO versus Rio, your Women's World Championship. The big surprise, the home run swing WWE had for the entire weekend. Naomi coming out there, cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase and winning the Women's World Championship. I was shocked by this one, man. I'm not gonna lie. I thought
Tell me
she was
about it.
holding on to this briefcase for a minute, but she came out there, cashed in, and this was perfect. This was perfect because out of EO and Rhea, I really didn't know who was winning that one. I didn't want either of them to lose or get the pinfall to feel a little less weaker than the other one. Obviously, I'm kind of fatigued of Rhea having the title once again, and EO just didn't seem like they were doing a lot with her title run as it is. So, a fresh face to sit here and put the title on in Naomi, and I just got to give a credit to all the black entertainers and African American sisters who are on top of the women's division in
Yes, sir.
WWE, AEW as well too. You just got credit just because like I don't think I've seen this many black American champions on top of divisions who call themselves like superstars in this league. So I got to give credit to WWE for placing and putting these black figures in a prominent position in storylines. So shout out to them.
Yeah, for those that think Triple H is racist, he keep popping up every now and again and hitting y'all with some shit. Well, I'm hey, look at Naomi, so he keep giving you
Mm-hmm.
examples, man. And I don't really buy into that. I don't think if he was that, like Vince was a lot of that. So, and you could
Yeah,
tell by the way he would do shit. I don't think Triple H is like that.
I don't
Although
either.
he has fumbled some of our great black wrestlers that we got in the business right now. But for what he's done, he has put a lot of black people in good positions too. So it's give and take, But no, shout out, like this was Naomi was a complete surprise. It gave I love cash ins that catch you by surprise because it's always when they good, bro. Like this is going to go down as a great cash in, an all time cash in. And listen, there was a lot of people online saying, "Oh, this is the same cash in as Tiffany Stratton." Well, technically, yes, but it's the way it was executed. With
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, we saw that shit coming a mile away. We knew she was gonna turn on Nia and cash in eventually, and y'all played it up as such. With Naomi, it was like, bro, we thought she was going after Tiffany, and this is a complete fucking swerve. She done hop shows now, like she on
Yep.
Raw now, like, and
Exactly.
this is, and we didn't even think of this as a possibility for real because she was so tied into what was going on SmackDown. So for them to pull this was great, and like the energy was there, and it reminded me of and not saying it was as good as this for the fans out there, calm down, but it reminded me of Cash In because it was just like it was so unexpected, bro,
Yeah.
and just it was well deserved, bro. And Naomi, somebody who I felt for a long time was not getting the proper respect. At a certain point, they was jobbing her out to a lot of different people, and she was a part of the exodus that caused Sasha Banks, who we now know as Mercedes Moné, and her to leave the company. But now that she has come back, they started her out with the glow gimmick again, and that was cool. We all loved before that. But since they have moved her into this heel character, she has excelled, bro. Like from the music to the look to the in ring, like everything just works. I love the fact that she is wild and out of control. She do shit that cracks me the fuck up. Like, bro, some of
The press
her little
conference
backstage,
interview. Oh my god.
yes, bro. Some of her little backstage antics and shit she be doing, it be so exaggerated, but it be like hilarious though. Like Naomi is cooking right now, bro, and she deserves to be a world champion, and be acknowledged as such. So no, I'm just happy for her, This was a great look for her. This was a great way to end that match without making Rhea or Io look weak. You give something new to the women's division on Raw. Like this, it was just perfect, bro. It was the perfect way to end the event, bro, because nobody saw it coming. And this
Mm.
is going to, like I said, be an all-time cash in, and the fans loved it.
The fans loved it. I loved it. This was a perfect way to do Naomi right in this Money in the Bank cash in, and a perfect way to end the night for me. So I gotta give this a 3 count, man. This was a
Oh,
good.
easy,
This was a
easy.
good way to end a Sunday night and a good weekend of wrestling for me. It was just perfect. This was just poetic. So WWE, you get a home run for this one for Evolution 2. Obviously, AEW ruled Saturday, and if I gotta compare and compete them both, obviously AEW wins, but still, it was both of these companies ate. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, big facts, bro. And nah, this was great. Easy 3 count. Yeah, the day out for the count, easy. It was just, this is what you wanted to see. Y'all could have kept Saturday night's main event and just put this on as the
Mm-hmm.
competition to AEW. But no, this the women always show out, bro, at these Evolution pay-per-views. I'm glad we got a second one. We know for sure we're gonna get a third and a fifth going forward. But
Yes.
um and the women, it's well deserved, bro. And they have enough women to actually facilitate doing an all women PPV, and maybe even all women's weekly show will come out of this as well. But just keep the they have such a they have. It's hard to tell which women's roster is better between AEW and WWE right now. They are both cooking, and shout out. This was just a great event, and it gets a 3 count for me.
Absolutely. I think that's about it for the night.
Yeah, man, tapped out, man. This is we put in some work on this one.
Yeah.
It's only because it was so
It was
much
so
that
much
went on,
going
bro.
on.
Nah, but I'm glad you hung in there with me, JB. I absolutely appreciate you. I'm happy to be back in the fold with you. Excited for this new Woodward chapter we finna have. And
Oh yeah.
nah, you the man, JB. You the go. You know it. And I appreciate doing this with you.
Oh, anytime, man. You know it.
Hey, well, with that, we are going to peace out. This was a long episode. We understand if y'all couldn't hang with us the whole time, but just hey, tap back in with us, bro. We appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe, and just subscribe to Woodward Sports so you can get more of this content. We got more coming, and stuff just not only in the studio but out the studio as well. Some watch party stuff planned as well for combat sports. Cannot wait for that. I can't get it fully into it, but we got some stuff coming up.
Oh yeah.
So nah, absolutely. JB has been a pleasure, and yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. For JB, for KG, this has been Woodward Ringside. We out.
Peace.
Bring them back!